Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ReelTok episode 79. I am joined alongside my two gorgeous co-hosts, Mr. Seth's Film Reviews and Mr. Tyler C. Whitmore. Cam is going to be a bit in and out today. He is packing. I believe he is moving tomorrow, so he will join us probably in about a half hour when we get to the meat of our episode. Executive producer, Stefan Johnson. Absolute dog, absolute G. Shout out.
We just hung out with him for like an hour. Cool dude, awesome dude.
Yeah, cool guy, awesome guy. We literally just had a nice little video call with him for like an hour or so. Really cool guy. So shout out him for being just a constant supporter of the podcast since day one. He told me he was a follower of Movies and Stuff 14 from before I had 10,000 followers, which is like over 2 years now, which is insane.
Earlier than me, yeah.
Yeah, but we got a good episode. We got a good episode for you guys today. Tyler and I are going to review Love Lies Bleeding, the latest A24 release. Oh, no.
Yep, correct.
Yes, yeah. And Immaculate, the latest Neon release, the Sydney Sweeney movie.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler and I will get into a fight about that movie for your entertainment, of course. But let's get into you guys. Seth, starting with you, obviously, Mr. London, Mr. Lord of the Rings, Mr. Netflix. You had a busy ass week, dude. How you doing?
Yeah, it was very busy. On what day are we on now? On Thursday, I went to like a Netflix event. It was like, what's next on Netflix?
So
I don't actually know how. I don't know how much I'm actually. Say again.
Well, if you're not allowed to say much, what's your level of excitement, at least, from what's next on Netflix?
The one.
Oh God.
No, there was a couple bits. To be fair, I know that the Black Mirror was announced and that they put that on. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I thought the last season. I swear they said last season would be the last. I'm sure they did.
They've said that for like the last 3 seasons.
Normally there's like 6 years between seasons, but now they said next year's.
They just need to like end on something good, it seems, but they are really struggling to do that apparently. I thought, oh yeah, Doctor Strange was there, which is kind of cool, I guess.
Why? Well, what was he promoting?
He's in a new show. It's a limited series. It's coming out next year.
Interesting.
Like
At first, I thought it was Sherlock, but I'm like, Sherlock is not a Netflix show.
I would love another season of Sherlock.
No, it was like it's like a thriller show that's coming out next year. Called. I actually can't remember what it's called. I'll find it. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't look very good. He did it like a Q&A. That was cool.
Is Fall Guy a Netflix original? No, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
There was something with Cillian Murphy, which is always cool. Didn't really get to see much about that. It was just a bunch of like mainly shows, like stuff that I've not seen. The event itself was actually pretty good. Like I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was Netflix tends to do. I don't know what it's like in the US, George, but Netflix tends to do pretty good events here. There's a lot to do, food, drinks, whatever. Went to that with Eki reviews and Josiah, which was nice. And then what did I do? Friday, just chilled. If you're watching the video, you can see that I have like an arm strap on right now.
I was going to ask about that.
Bowling, table tennis, and pool in one day ruined my arms, and now I can't like flex my forearms. It's crazy. My wrist is like done. And then obviously Saturday met Mr. Coleman, which was cool.
Mr. Shortman,
Mr. Shorter than me. That was good. I met him and his mom. Went for dinner. Really nice. Like it's weird meeting people in person, you know, especially like who live across the world from you, you know. That was good. It was nice meeting them. His mum was lovely as well. I just had to chill with them for a few hours. Really nice. And then obviously last night, Return of the King in concert, which was an experience. That
was crazy.
It's crazy because like
I think you're the TikTok that you posted. I think I account for 50% of those views.
Well, so that TikTok actually I had to remove because my audio got removed. I don't know if it was because of
they got you.
I've just posted another one now, but I posted like a small clip. I think it's because I posted like a long one and it has the score the whole time. But it's like, you know, whatever.
If you post anything longer than a minute with music, they'll take it down.
So yeah, the one I've just done now is like 20 seconds. It's like the ending. But yeah, it was funny because I said at the start, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to cry if there's people, you know, because obviously it was fully packed, a huge, auditorium, massive theater, whatever. And then there was like there's an intermission like halfway through. And then by the end of it, I was like, Anna told me, it's quite embarrassing. Anna was like, Seth, I could literally hear you crying behind me. like audibly like sniffling the whole time. I was in floods of tears.
I would have cried.
Genuinely just one of my favorite, like honestly, no, not to be hyperbolic, but one of the favorite, like my best days of my life. Absolutely. I fucking just it was amazing. I adored it. It was everything that I wanted it to be. And they really don't do it often as well. Like we're pretty lucky we have it here because it's not a common thing elsewhere.
They don't do it. They don't do not even Lord of the Rings. Just like they don't do like live orchestra concerts that often.
It's not a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
they're doing
I don't know. It's for some reason like it's not the most sought out thing. Like it's very like
it is here
unique. I guess I don't know.
Well, I think that's it because it's like. Yeah, because it's like whenever they do it here, it's like they always sell out like instantly. That's the thing because it's quite, because it's rare and it's not common. Like next week they're doing the Indiana Jones stuff, which is cool. Raiders, which would be really really cool because obviously the score bangs or whatever. But it was amazing. I loved it. I cried at like 28 different scenes. Got a bunch of videos. I'd love to go again, and I think Anna booked like the day of like release the tickets as well because obviously they sell out like instantly. Obviously, we actually got pretty good seats. And if you saw the videos, like we could see everything, like we're on the side, we could see like everything, the orchestra, the screen, just fucking amazing. Like it's my favorite. It's been my favorite film since I was like 4 or something. So really, actually 5 technically because it didn't come out until 2003. But yeah, just truly amazing. I feel absolutely like I got back today. Well, I had on the train home, I had to do a bunch of work. Just such a busy day. Tomorrow, I have to do everything I need to for the past week, and then I go back to London next week for the Monkey Man premiere, which I'm very excited for.
I swear, ever since you sent us that screenshot of the invite, I've been reloading my email every hour, hoping they're doing like a New York event too.
Yeah, because it's weird because it's the place they're doing it at. It's not like a huge place. And then obviously Jordan Peele's going to be there as well. I think the cast, Jordan Peele, Dev Patel, doing a little talk and stuff, which is really really cool. And that's like one I've been since I've actually seen the. Did it premiere at South by Southwest? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The one like Chris, Sydney's that whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously they all, and I've seen some of the reviews, and some of the reviews are crazy.
Dude, it's crazy.
For a debut as well, which is so exciting. Yeah. So yeah,
I loved Sydney's review. She was like, there was action before Dev Patel, and now there's action after Dev Patel. Yeah. Like, damn, I don't even know what that means. It just sounds cool.
It sounds cool, yeah. But bunch of shit. Very, very busy. Feel absolutely buttered. But yeah, last night was especially just amazing. Definitely.
Awesome. That sounds so electric. No content for the Netflix stuff? Like for you? Like you didn't like is that allowed or you just don't?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I didn't sign anything, so I'm assuming so. Well, there was 2 like options. So there was it was like in a screening room. There's like presenters and they brought down people who would do Q&As about the show. I like about the show or the movies that were coming out, whatever. Like the actresses were there and the actors and whatever. But there was like another room where it was like confidential stuff, and it was about Bridgerton, the show. Mm-hmm. They were like, do you want to do this? I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, and I don't even know what this show is. Do you know what I mean? I do, but like I would never watch it. You know what I mean? Like why the fuck would I ever watch that? And I think it was the stuff about that. But most of the stuff there, I don't think it's more UK stuff. But it was UK. I was hoping we'd get something about like Hitman. Because that's in June. I was hoping we might get a clip of that or something, but we didn't. It's mainly UK stuff. But the Cillian Murphy, it's like a film. We don't know much about that, but it's Cillian Murphy. So, but not really much.
They're not marketing Hitman like as their top project of the year.
Well, I think it's because that's an American production, and everything they spoke about was strictly the UK original.
Okay.
I assume that'd be why, because you'd think they'd do Hitman like Linklater and.
Yeah, Linklater and Glenn Powell, like
of course,
best filmmakers with maybe the second
one of the hottest guys
actors right now
in more ways than one.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, not too much.
That's crazy. Tyler, how you doing, dude?
Doing well. It was a busy week for me. Was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Augusta, Georgia once again this week, which is like 2,600 miles away from my house. So cross country flight again. Was there since Sunday morning. So obviously we recorded our Oscar segment that night. I had my hotel set up, and then my laptop way slower than my desktop PC, which I knew, but editing the pod and stuff took longer, and uploading it took longer with hotel Wi-Fi. So long night Sunday night, and then I was there all the way till Thursday. Saw Love Lies Bleeding in Charlotte because my flight was like at 8 p.m. and I got to the area at like 4 p.m. So I was like, I'm not just gonna sit at the airport for 4 hours. I'm just gonna go watch Love Lies Bleeding instead. So that was fun. No incidents in my theater like there were in Detroit, so was happy to not have to deal with that. Yeah, it was a busy week. Now I'm back and been doing a lot of Trivia 10 this weekend, getting stuff filmed for season 2. So getting a ton of episodes recorded, and it takes a long time to put together those trivia decks. So it's been a busy weekend. And then today after the pod, gonna do some yard work. We have our real estate agent coming by tomorrow to help us start getting the early phases and steps of selling our home and getting ready for that. So gonna try and make it look as nice as possible before she comes by. So got to do yard work today, and just been a bit of a stressful, busy week, but not traveling this week. But then the week after, I'll be going to both Boston and then Denver back to back. So got more travel in the next like 9 days. So just gonna try and be as productive as possible the next week and get stuff out of the way and prepared, so then I don't have to be too stressed while I'm gone. But yeah, not too bad overall.
Josiah is very excited for the Trivia 10. Tyler would not stop.
Yeah. I think
very
next
excited.
like Sunday maybe I'm filming with him. I can't remember, but I'm.
He says he's going to watch like all his favorites this week, just so he's like sure you can't like catch him out. So just
I mean, people have tried many different ways to train, to study, and it's.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's too like
really.
No,
yeah,
you can't.
Can't
You
really
either know or you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. How about you, George?
Exciting. I'm good. I mean, not nearly as exciting as the week you guys had. Tyler all over the place, Seth all over the place. I saw Dune 2 for a 4th and a 5th time.
Wait,
I
what's
haven't,
that?
I've not seen it second. Like, I need to watch it. Like, when does it leave?
I was gonna. I don't know. I was gonna reactionary say soon, but honestly, I don't know.
They'll probably keep it in there for a long time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what's the next like movie that's gonna be in IMAX?
In IMAX,
Fall Guy.
Furiosa is still like 2 months away. So that's like May.
Is Fall Guy in IMAX?
Oh, Godzilla and Kong. Yeah, Fall Guy is in IMAX.
Wait, that's soon though, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
Godzilla,
this weekend or next weekend in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that means that's when Dune.
28th.
Okay, I need to see Dune.
Yeah, so that's probably when Dune will be pulled.
Yeah, that will be.
Yeah, saw Dune for a 4th and 5th time, and like really didn't do
any good.
Yeah, not bad. Has its moments for sure. But work in the office 4 days. Going forward, we're feeling better physically to get to the office 4 days, which is great. Yeah, that's about it for me. The week was slow. I don't want to say boring because work is fast paced and enjoying my time. But that's about it. All right, let's move on. Seth, I can't imagine you have a lot of what have we been watching because you've been.
I have a few, nothing crazy. Me and Josiah watched Spy Kids 3 the other day.
Yeah, you also watched The Wrong Missy.
No, that was yeah. Oh my god. So how obviously you watched it. I haven't seen our review for that yet. You all watched it, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just me.
What did you give it?
4, 5? Yeah, probably 4.5 on rewatch.
Yeah, so I watched that because I was with. It was when was the last time I spoke to you guys? I'm so confused.
2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks? Oh
2 weeks
shit!
ago, yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I went to the Oscars watch party last week. Did I speak to you since then?
Not on the pod.
We did predictions.
We weren't on the pod. But yeah, the prediction video.
So I guess like a week and a half ago.
Oh no, that was before. Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah.
So I went to obviously the Oscars watch party with Henry's. Oh yeah, shit, Oscars, man. Crazy. Well, actually, not crazy. Oscar reaction from me. Everything was about as guaranteed as I expected, and as we said, I don't know how well did we do, Tyler? Pretty well. Who won?
Yeah, we all did pretty well. I think I ended up getting first. Cam put in his predictions, but like when I was in my hotel, I accidentally copied and pasted my predictions into his, and by then I made so many edits that I couldn't like undo because I would have undone so much. So I was like, well, Cam, your predictions are thrown out. I'm sorry.
But yeah, obviously went to the Oscars watch party and I was good. Joe's birthday, forgot to say that. So we watched. Basically, we had to chill for like a little bit beforehand because we were getting like set up at the party. I don't know if you guys saw my amazing costume on my Instagram. Didn't work at all. Crazy. But basically, we were on Netflix and then it just came up, The Wrong Missy, because we were looking for a film. And then Josiah was like, "Oh, didn't Tyler, George, and Camden watch it?" And I was like, "Yeah, because they're for Patreon, but obviously I wasn't there." So we're like, "Fuck it, let's just put it on." It's like it's like it's so bad. It's astonishingly bad.
Worst movie ever.
It has an argument, which is pretty impressive. There's one scene that was quite funny, you know, where she falls off a cliff. That sounds crazy, by the way. Like the effects on that,
and when he eats that fall, and
and then there's the scene where he like falls out of the window and he smashes his head straight on a rock, and he's just cool, he's just there, whatever. Yeah, that is just offensively terrible. I watched The Beekeeper last week. 2.5. Whatever, fine.
Thank you for being on the right side of history on that movie.
Right side of
history. Got gassed up like crazy.
I watched a couple of westerns just because I haven't really seen many, so I thought I'd watch it. I'm not on your side of history with this one, George. I rewatched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I actually think it might be.
I saw that.
It might be my favorite Tarantino.
Wait, George doesn't like it? Why did I not?
No, he thinks he's. I don't think he doesn't like it. I think he's like lower end.
It's fun. It's a 3-star movie. I have to rewatch it. I will say. I've seen it. I think like 3 times, and it was all within like a year and a half of its release. So I haven't seen it since like 2020.
I think it'd be massive. I think your taste has changed. And stuff. I think everyone does, you know?
So I removed my rating from the movie, actually.
I love it so much. I got a poster, and it has Leonardo DiCaprio's little grippers right there, just chilling in my. You got some.
I think Leo is like so good in it. I think that was for me
not his best.
It's by far his best, George Ross.
Oh, by
for me, no, not
by far is crazy, but I think it's.
I would actually say by far it's my favorite. Maybe not by far it's better, but it's like, well, it's just my favorite role of his. You know, I think it's like it's really subtle, subversive. I think it's really I think that he would be like my Oscar winner in that year, definitely. But the other ones were great. I think like Joaquin was great. I think Adam Driver was great. I don't know who else was fucking nominated.
It was good year. That year in movies was just good.
Yeah, it was, of course.
I'd say the best ever.
Watched Altered States, which I shared to George. You should watch. Really fucking crazy. Very Videodrome like, which is why I kind of recommend it to you, because it's very trippy, altered reality, very psychological, just crazy. And then watched a couple of Hitchcocks because I was kind of on a bit of a spree with that. Notorious, Lady Vanishes, they were really good. And that's kind of and obviously I watched Return of the King last night as well, which was kind of
crazy. I forgot. Like we just talked about how we haven't talked to you in like a week and a half, because I was like, oh shit, you did watch a lot of movies this week. I was like, oh yeah, wait, we haven't. Last week we didn't catch up on your watches. It is over the past 2 weeks then.
Oh, I caught the last half of Home Alone 3 last night in the hotel TV. I've never seen them. Weird. Scarlett Johansson's in it. Just spotted her. I've never seen it before. Weird film, very, very odd, but didn't really know what to make of it. But I don't know. Can I cheat and log it? I'm gonna say no, because I only saw the last half. I think that might be cheating.
Yeah, I think it's cheating, but okay. I wouldn't.
I could just log it and then just review. Will finish one day, and then just don't put a rating. You know,
I've been logging concerts on Letterboxd, so I think you're good to log.
Yeah, that's true. George, you rated. You texted us this. The roast of Justin Bieber. Remember that?
I have it logged. I don't have.
No, because you sent it because you were removing your ratings, and you're like, "Why the fuck did I have this rating?"
Yeah.
I think if something's loggable on Letterboxd, then it's fair game to log.
Yeah.
It's
fair game to log. I didn't realize any of these It's also like, I'm not just logging like this Billy Joel concert just for the sake of logging it. I've watched that video.
I don't think that's. I think. Well, I log like you can log anything. I log like it's just like logging like Taylor Swift thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Concert or like
which Cam just did last night.
Concert, yeah. Which Cam.
Oh man, what rating did he rate it?
Yeah, 5
star.
Oh fuck that guy.
I think he was just drinking though, because I think his review was just like, "This is the ultimate like pregame. Yeah. Just throw it on."
Okay. Seth, was the Lord of the Rings concert, was it the entire movie, or did they skip scenes?
No. So, it wasn't the extended ones, which is annoying, because obviously there's a lot of things fine. Well, I wanted it to be, but then you kind of have to think about them. But 4 hours would be kind of crazy. So it was the whole film, and then it was funny actually, because Anna said to me, because obviously like a theater, they have to do an intermission for like 20-25 minutes, and Anna was like, when do you think they'll put it in? So I don't know how well you guys remember Return of the King, but when Aragorn meets the dead soldiers, And then after that, he does the "What say you?" and he does that speech to them to try and get them involved to fight for them.
Yep.
It basically cuts right after there, so it's like an hour and a half in, and then you got like 2 hours remaining. I basically predicted it bang on, but it was a whole film. It was a whole thing. Like it was a whole film, which was amazing. And they had like a, obviously with the orchestra and the choir, they had like a solo singer who would do a lot of the bits as well. I'm going to send you guys some videos actually because I completely forgot, but yeah, amazing.
That's crazy. Tyler, what have you been watching? Have you been watching anything? I don't know if I kept up to your letter.
Yeah, I tried to get a couple logs during my travels, but didn't get a ton, and a lot of stuff was not great. I mean, yeah, we'll go through it, but I mean, when I'm in a hotel, I don't like to watch, super important films. I've been trying to take off my watch list. I'm gonna go
like
for
Home Alone 3.
Watches. Yeah, exactly. Home Alone 3 would be a great one. But on the way to Charlotte, watched The Holdovers again. Don't know if you guys heard of it. Love that movie.
Still not seeing it.
Huge fan of it. It was my 5th watch and log of it, and yeah, I watched it right before the Oscars. Yeah, 5th. And
shit.
It was right before the Oscars, and like obviously I was 100% rooting for Cillian Murphy, but after, I mean, obviously my 5th watch, I was like, man, Paul Giamatti really is something special in this. Like,
he's good.
Just how subtle he is, like especially with like the physical acting, like his limp and just like his mannerisms. It's just a level that not many actors achieve. It's a role that you really have to have someone who's been a career actor who can hone in their craft, because on the surface, it's not like a crazy, loud, boisterous acting performance, but how subtle he's able to be in so many of the moments in this movie is just so great. I love him so much.
Is that your number one performance last year?
No, Cillian Murphy still my favorite and who I wanted to win, but I think Paul Giamatti was an absolute like strong number 2. And then watched Bo Burnham, the Inside Out takes, because George and I reviewed both The Wrong Missy and Inside last week on Real Patreon reviews. And yeah, so it's like an hour of probably like 20 minutes of it's actual like additional content he cut from the original Inside, and then like 40 extra minutes is kind of outtakes and the editing process, which I already think Inside's one of the most impressive one-man feats I've ever seen in terms of like a visual medium.
Is it just like a solo concert? Is that literally the point?
It's like a stand-up special / one-man show / musical / movie. Like, it's kind of hard to categorize what it is, but it's just like, if you look on Letterboxd, it says, directed, produced, written, edited, sound design, everything was just Bo Burnham. So it was just a crazy thing. But this gave me a new appreciation for it as well, because it gives you more of the inside look at him actually making this and how crazy it is to do all that by himself.
To be honest,
yeah, he's dating Phoebe Bridgers now, but he's been in some minor movies, but mostly he's just been like a kind of a YouTuber. Well, a lot of comedy on YouTube way back in the day, like OG.
No, yeah, I know he is. Yeah.
Stand-up comedy guy, which I'd never been a fan of his comedy or never watched him much before or even after Inside, but I love Inside.
Yeah, I do know.
Kind of like a unique thing. Then I watched Wanderlust, which is like a Netflix original with Jennifer Aniston, Paul Rudd, a couple more. Jordan Peele's in it, like acting. There's a couple other people. It is fine. I think I give it like 2.5 star. But I think it was a little harsh on it just because I was watching this like right before the Oscars, because I was done with everything and I had like 2 hours to kill and I needed something because I was just going crazy. Like, I want this to start so bad. So I just threw on a Netflix movie, and I was so anticipating the Oscars that I think I didn't give my full true attention to this movie, because I was just like thinking about the Oscars all the time. But it's just a very much like a, Netflix original. That's not the worst thing in the world, but I didn't have a blast with it. Then we'll be reviewing both Immaculate and Love Lies Bleeding on the pod in a second. Watched the 1966 Batman. Had a very fun time with it. Not the greatest thing in the world, but very funny, very fun.
It's fun. It knows what it's doing. Like, it's not like
very slapstick, very comedic,
the most
silly,
self-aware movie ever.
It's a silly.
Great time, and I mean, kind of just a crazy, Batman film in general, because you have the Riddler, the Joker, the Penguin, Catwoman.
Yeah,
you have kind of
stacked.
Squad. I mean, obviously you have Batman and Robin too, but also just kind of a funny look at Batman, because nowadays I feel like he's always comic wise been such a vigilante, kind of doing his own thing, and he always has Commissioner Gordon he works with, but I feel like he's always a little bit more rogue in the newer Batmans in terms of, he works with the police and he helps them out, but he kind of does his own thing, where in this one he's basically just like a deputy. Like, he's literally just straight up like a cop pretty much, where he just goes to work every day and like, oh, what crimes you got for me today, boss? Whereas I feel like he kind of is a little more rogue in the new ones, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I gave it a 3 star though, just simply because think I watched it over 2 different days. And I feel like, to me, if a movie can't hold my attention to want to sit and finish in one sitting, I feel like it can't really go higher than 3-star, because, I was just like, yeah, I'll finish it tomorrow. It wasn't super gripping. But then I watched The King, which I don't know why I kept putting it off forever. Timothy Chalamet.
I've been
Kind of crazy.
Forever.
Yeah, I put it off, and I didn't love it. Like, I gave it a 2.5 star. Just kind of thought some of it was great, but most of it I just wasn't super gripped by, and thought there was moments that were awesome. And other than that, like, I thought Timothy Chalamet was so good, and I think almost to a fault, because there's a lot of scenes he was in with what's that dude's name from 1917? Not George McHatton.
The other guy. The main kid, or the guy. Not kid.
Yes.
But,
yeah. Can't think of his name. Like, there's a scene where, because they're brothers, and him and Timothy Chalamet are brothers in this, and both trying to get the heir to King Henry's throne. And every scene they're in together where they're kind of arguing or fighting, it's just like Timothy Chalamet is just so many levels above him that it just kind of took me out of it. Because I'm like, this is just, he's not bouncing much back off of him. And then Ben Mendelsohn, love him, but it was kind of a weird casting for him to be like the king, and just odd, an Australian being like King Henry. It was a little weird. And then Joel Edgerton, I love Joel Edgerton, but I don't know. It's just like, there's a crazy cast. Thomas and McKenzie, Lily Rose Depp, Robert Pattinson comes in at the very end. So crazy cast, but none of them kind of blew me away. Timothy Chalamet was great though. And I don't know. There's stuff I like. The fight scenes, especially with Timothy Chalamet, the hand-to-hand combat was awesome. A couple fight scenes toward the end, but yeah, just wasn't.
It's a Netflix original, isn't it? I think
it is. Yeah, it is. From 2019. And then let's see what else. And then I watched. I'd always seen Ocean's 11 multiple times, but I never watched Ocean's 12 and 13. But I had a great time with them. I think those movies are so fun. They're so silly. Speaking of self-aware, those movies are very self-aware, very meta. I mean, Ocean's 12 is almost hard to follow, because half the people in the movie are like actors playing a part, and then half the people are just like actors as actors. Because, like, super meta, like Julia Roberts is in the Ocean's movies as, Tess, I think her name is, like the wife of Danny Ocean. But then in Ocean's 12, she disguises herself as Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so confused. And then Bruce Willis is also in the movie as Bruce Willis. And then, so it's just, and Topher Grace, obviously, is in the first two as Topher Grace. So it's just like a weird meta movie where it's like half the people are just playing themselves, half the people aren't. But I have a great time with Ocean's 12 and 13. The laser dance in 12 is so epic. And Ocean's 13, they kind of just get back to the roots of going to Vegas instead of just doing some other heist. And I love any movie with Vegas. It's just such a fun setting, the casinos, and seeing people try and rip off casinos. Just a fun time for me. That's one of my favorite niche genres. But
I get it.
Yeah, it's kind of what I've been watching this week.
Yeah, nothing from me really. It's been a really slow week, actually, or slow comparatively to the amount of movies I've been watching. Immaculate, Love Lies Bleeding, a couple of movies we're about to go on to review. Also watched another 2024 release called Marmalade, starring Joe Keery and
Marmalade.
Dude, really fun time. Quick hour, 40 minutes. It's not gonna blow you away. I gave it a 3.5, but I don't know. There's a lot of intrigue and it's romance. It's like this kind of like it's like this weird, like modern Bonnie and Clyde movie. It was a lot of fun, and Joe Keery was just really fucking fantastic. And this movie has enough like redirects and twists and turns that like really keep you locked in, especially in that third act. But the third act was really strong. So I really recommend it. It's in my top 4 of the year.
Not saying much, George.
Yeah, that doesn't say much because I've given a lot of shit scores out. But
George, what's that fucking film called? What's it called? The Beekeeper is my number 2 of the year, and I give it 2.5. Like, Dune 2 is like so unbelievably far. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It has not been the strongest year thus far.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's about it on my new watches. Rewatches, obviously Dune 2. I rewatched Oppenheimer because of their little sweep. Spider-Verse I rewatched. Thin Red Line, which we'll talk about in a couple of days for our Patreon exclusive real quick. But that's it. It's been a slow week for me. I logged the Billy Joel concert and the Killers concert because that's what I listen to when I'm working. I pop my headphones in for a bit and just listen to music, usually live music because it's the best. But that's it. That's a slow week for me, kind of everywhere. Music, movies, life, work. Slow week. But with that, we can get into a couple of movie reviews. I believe Tyler and I are the only ones who saw Love Lies Bleeding and Immaculate.
Is it an A24 film?
Love Lies Bleeding is an A24 film. Yes, it is, starring Kristen Stewart and Katie O'Brien, who are just really fantastic in this lead role. Reclusive gym manager Lou falls hard for Jackie, an ambitious bodybuilder headed through town to Las Vegas in pursuit of her dream. But their love ignites violence, pulling them deep into the web of Lou's criminal family. Tyler, we'll start with you, obviously. Rose Glass directed. If you're not familiar with Rose Glass, she had done another A24 film about 5 years ago called Saint Maud, which I don't particularly love, but I know a lot of people hold it a little bit higher than I do. Decent horror movie. But Tyler, kick us off with your thoughts on Love Lies Bleeding.
Yeah, I had a great time with it. I went to see this in Charlotte, which I'd obviously never seen a movie before in that state, because I was there waiting for a flight. And the AMC I went to, because this is like the first showing of this release, because it's like a Thursday at 4:00. It was so odd, man. It was like in downtown Charlotte, so I feel like it was pretty busy. But my theater in general was just not that packed whatsoever. When I walked in, they almost treated me like I was some unicorn. They're like, "Oh, you're here for a movie? Like, how's it going?" And I was like, "Yeah, can I get some concessions?" Like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, "Do you guys like?" It felt very dystopian. I was like, "Does anyone ever come here? Am I in like some alternate reality where no one ever comes to this theater?" Because it was just empty. And also, my theater was right next to Dune Part 2, and theater wasn't great with soundproofing because my theater was actually like genuinely shaking for so much of the movie. Because the theater next to me was like, "Oh, they must be doing a sandworm right now because my seat is shaking right now. It's so loud." But Love Lies Bleeding, I had a blast with. Stylistically awesome. Kristen Stewart, Katie O'Brien are so great. Katie O'Brien specifically, like Kristen Stewart, we kind of know she's always great, and she's one of my favorite actresses. Throughout her entire career, I think she's even fun. Way back in what's that movie with Jesse Eisenberg? That
American.
They work at like a theme park or something, right?
Yeah. It's called American something.
Yeah, whatever that is. But basically, all the way from the Twilight days to now. I mean,
Adventureland.
Adventureland. There we go.
At least you heard that from the other room and had to come and tell you because I like that film.
Yeah, Adventureland's great. Kristen Stewart's always had a great career, and she's now kind of getting into almost her prime. I feel like the projects she's choosing now are so interesting and fun, and I think this is just such a fun movie. But Katie O'Brien, I think, is a standout. Ed Harris, super awesome role for him. Just a wild crime boss, mob boss, family kind of dude that just runs this town in the middle of the desert. Dave Franco kind of being I guess it would be his son-in-law, just who also just very much, within that criminal family. So just seeing these, Ed Harris and Dave Franco, just the most like evil, sadistic dudes. And then you have Kristen Stewart, who kind of just wants to, just chill out, vibe, be on her own, run the gym. And then Katie O'Brien comes into her life and sends them on this whirlwind of a journey. And yeah, I think I haven't seen Saint Maud, but I enjoyed the direction of this film. I thought the style was super fun and interesting. Like there's just such vibes. You got a lot of neon soaked imagery. The soundtrack, a lot of needle drops I enjoyed. And just this town is just such a weird, like almost mythical place of just this in the middle of a desert where this crime family runs everything and feels so secluded from reality, and that the rules of normal society don't apply here. And yeah, I guess I'm going to save most of my thoughts from getting into spoilers, but I also thought it was just like a very interesting film on addiction in general. We see kind of Kristen Stewart. She's obviously smoking cigarettes the whole movie, but every time she's in the car, she listens to, how to quit smoking podcast basically, but she just keeps smoking. So you have that from her side. You have, the crime side, who are just addicted to, more money and more power. Katie O'Brien is an aspiring bodybuilder. So of course she's addicted to, anything she could do to push her physicality to the max and doesn't really care about any consequences, and probably missing some other ones. But I feel like there's just like a lot of different addictions people are going through in this movie that they're battling with. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about, especially the ending, but we'll save that for spoilers. So yeah. I give it a 4-star. Enjoyed it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm at a 4-star too. Kind of my exact thoughts as you. I think stylistically, this is just really fun. Even Saint Maud, which I don't love the narrative of Saint Maud, but Rose Glass has a very interesting eye. And then it's very apparent. I'm so happy. I weirdly never watched a trailer for this movie. I had no clue what I was kind of getting myself into. And just going into the theater, I was like, oh, this should be fun little rom-com. I legitimately had no clue what to expect. And then we'll get into spoilers, but the movie takes a turn at one point. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is what we're kind of doing. And it was just so much fun not having any like knowledge of this, like of the tone of these characters. Kind of makes me wish I go into every movie without seeing a trailer. But no, like you said, Kristen Stewart and Katie O'Brien, I think, are just so much fun together. Their chemistry was just immediately palpable. It's so infectious. They're so, it seems like they've been working together forever, when in reality, I think this is Katie O'Brien's like third real credit, not even. So she's just fantastic for someone who like just doesn't have that much experience under her belt. And like you said, Kristen Stewart is just so effortlessly fantastic. I was thinking of the movie American Ultra, by the way, with Jesse Eisenberg. I forgot they had done Adventureland together too. American Ultra, good movie, by the way, for anyone listening. But yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's really fun. I think that's the word I'm going to keep coming back to, because the entire movie, I just kind of like my jaw just found itself closer and closer to the ground with every scene that kind of passed. It was just such a crazy, like, I don't know. It's hard to talk about this film kind of without like talking about spoilers, because it is a very spoiler friendly movie, and just talking about like weird shit that happens. But I thought it was really good. I had a really fun experience. My theater was so animated while watching this movie. Like everyone was reacting, especially like that one scene with Katie O'Brien and Dave Franco in Dave Franco's house. People were like, oh my God, people were like losing their minds. And so was I. I was laughing my way through this movie, probably in places that didn't warrant a laugh, but like I was just so like shocked at what I was watching. Like my impulsive reaction was just to laugh through this movie, which is not a bad thing at all. I had a blast with this movie. Whole cast was great. Ed Harris is just so menacing in just everything he's in, even like Westworld and Snowpiercer. Like he's just such a dick in every single role, and he just fits that like asshole persona so well. It's getting to the point where I'm wondering if he's just an asshole in real life and he's not even acting. But no, I had a great time with this movie. Like I said earlier, it hasn't been the strongest year, but this is still in my top 3 with Dune and Hitman at 1 and 2. But let's get into spoilers, because there are some fun things to talk about. So toss that spoiler warning on. So basically, Katie O'Brien, like the synopsis says, she's just rolling through town. She's on her way to Vegas for a show. And she gets caught up in Kristen Stewart's family. And within the family, you find out that Dave Franco is married to Kristen Stewart's sister, and he's abusing her. So you almost immediately get that vibe. And then there's this one scene where they're at a diner, and Kristen Stewart's basically like, keep doing this shit and I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to do blah, 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 whatever. Following scene, or like 2 scenes later, Kristen Stewart gets a call saying that her sister's been hospitalized because of what Dave Franco did to her. She's in the hospital bed. She obviously does not look good. She's knocked out. She's not even awake. Katie O'Brien's character goes to Dave Franco's house and removes his jaw. Just bashes his face into this coffee table. And you don't see her like while she's bashing his face into the coffee table, you don't see him. You just see her. And after like 3 bashes, I'm like, he has to be dead. And then first jaw-dropping moment of the movie, she throws his body to the ground, and you just see his face in one spot and like his jaw just detached. And my theater was like, holy fuck. I turned to Sophie immediately and I was like, I didn't know this is this kind of movie. I was like, what the fuck what did I sign up for? I didn't know this is what I'm watching. But that one scene just kind of sets the stage for the rest of the movie. Now you're kind of diving into, Kristen Stewart's family and this criminal, I guess, underworld that her father has been running. There's a lot of like very ambiguous, narrative beats. Kristen Stewart kind of drives to a cliff, takes the car, throws it off, burns it. And it's like, okay, she has experience here. What's going on with her father? What's at the bottom of that ditch. So it's just a really fun movie of just like a lot of ambiguity, a lot of questions that you're asking yourself while you kind of move along this narrative. And then you're still following Katie O'Brien's character, and she's kind of like just descending into madness. Obviously, you fucking killed someone. You're losing your mind, and she's also just continuously trying to focus on her bodybuilding career because that's her end goal throughout the entire movie. Kristen Stewart, again, who just shows signs that she's been in this position before, because she kind of is like keeps telling Katie O'Brien like what to do, how to react. She keeps telling Katie O'Brien's character like lay low, don't go anywhere. But Katie O'Brien is so consumed by her bodybuilding that she leaves. She goes to the gym. She even goes to Vegas at one point to actually compete. So it's such a chaotic movie. It's so fast paced. It's a lot of fun. Any spoilery things you want to talk about? I want to talk about the ending whenever we get there. Because I think I haven't seen a lot of people talk about the ending, which is a little interesting because it's definitely the most like out of pocket ending, I guess. Like it doesn't tonally fit the rest of the movie, and I think that's what's holding my rating back from like a 4.5. Because like everything prior to the ending, I was loving. I was like, I could see this continuously being in my top 10 of the year until the end of the year. And then the ending happened, and I was like, okay, that kind of just like removed me from this movie a little bit. So before we get to the ending, is there anything else you want to kind of discuss from this movie, like specific narratives?
Yeah, the Dave Franco scene was so crazy. And we talked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood earlier on the pod. It reminded me a lot of that when Brad Pitt in that final scene bashes, I think it might have been Austin Butler's head was the one who he did it to, on the mantle or whatever, like over and over, to the point where his face is just completely smashed in a million pieces. And that's basically what Katie O'Brien did. I think she was smashing Dave Franco's head on like a coffee table or something, and just like kept slamming it, and then his jaw completely removed. That was insane. And then, yeah, you just see her kind of descend into this madness, A, because she killed someone, B, because she's kind of this mythical, weird figure we don't know much about, a little shady, kind of scary, honestly. We don't really know what her intentions are. And then also she's roided to the gills. She's taken, Kristen Stewart sets her up with some steroids, and she just starts taking a crazy amount of steroids. So a lot of things working negatively for Katie O'Brien's character to start kind of getting a little crazy. But yeah, like you said, you know, Kristen Stewart, she's from this crime family. Dave Franco's wrapped up in it as well, or he was. And yeah, we don't really, it's just a ride where you're kind of wondering what's going on. You see these flashbacks of these kind of red soaked scenes of Ed Harris and Kristen Stewart shooting someone who, unless I'm stupid and missed it, I don't know if we ever really understand exactly who that was, but I just feel like it was some dude who crossed them at some point, but it wasn't really a character we knew.
Another like very ambiguous like part of this movie is Kristen Stewart's mother. So like the entire movie, they kept going back to that cliff and the red like scene of someone shooting someone. And I was like, damn, Ed Harris shot his wife, and that's it. That's what's going on. But that obviously didn't come to pass. And that was another part of the movie where I just wish we got like a little more information, because I think that would have explained Kristen Stewart's character a lot better on like what happened with her mother. But I think the assumption is that she was going to the police to report Ed Harris, and he had someone kill her.
Right. Yeah. And we see Kristen Stewart kind of want to go to the police as well, but not really, because we see, you know, there's police in the town that are under Ed Harris's rules. So like the police come after Kristen Stewart because like, you're a rat, and try and kill her. The FBI comes to town to try and investigate this as well. And you find out Dave Franco was an FBI informant secretly working for them. So there's a lot of crosses and double crosses going on in the background of this film that never really come to the forefront. Like it's never really, you know, you never really fully understand the networking web of it. But basically what you do understand is that this town is very well connected under the rule of Ed Harris, gun trafficking, probably whole slew of crime operations. So nothing's really safe. Nothing's really, you never really want to try anything because you feel like anything you do is going to be monitored by him, or he's going to have a say in it. But yeah, then you get, you know, Katie O'Brien, before we get to like the ending, she goes to her bodybuilding show. And then what do you pull from, you know, the imagery of her throwing up on stage, but you know, the kind of what she's visioning was her throwing up basically like a, you know, an alien morph version pretty much of Kristen Stewart out of her mouth.
I don't know. I don't
either. I have no clue.
I don't have that's where the movie kind of took like a left turn for me, where it kind of like moved into like this like very like fantastic like or fantasy toned film. I don't know. I was like, I was thrown off because the whole movie was kind of like very obviously grounded in reality. I think it's just this could absolutely happen somewhere. My immediate thoughts are her throwing up Kristen Stewart on stage is just showing us that she's just diving so much deeper into this just descent of madness for killing someone, for being just hopped up on roids, just knowing she removed the dude's jaw, and then maybe just feeling guilty for not listening to Kristen Stewart while she was like, because she treated Kristen Stewart like kind of like crap, like before she left for Vegas. And then maybe it was just like her guilt pulling away and basically being like, damn, I should have, this person like cleaned up my name. Like she cleaned Dave Franco's house. She's making sure that the police aren't on my ass. But I don't know. I really don't know. That's where the movie kind of just takes this very like weird left turn, and that obviously takes us into the ending, which I think is even weirder, which I think is what holds this movie back from me a little bit. But I don't know. I truly have no explanation for why she threw up Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, I don't know, because it almost, I mean, she obviously threw her up, but she almost looked like she's in some sort of like, sack that made it almost seem like it was like a baby being born. So maybe it's like, a new life is being born, a new future for her, that she kind of realizes like, I could escape this, homeless life, running away from family. Her past is very murky. We know she comes from Oklahoma, but we don't really know everything that went on with her past life there. So maybe it's just a new beginning for her. But, speaking of the bodybuilding competition, this is a back-to-back years now. Sundance had a bodybuilding movie where the bodybuilder was going mad. We had Magazine Dreams last year with Jonathan Majors, and then this year we had Katie O'Brien and Love Lies Bleeding. But what's kind of funny to watch is Katie O'Brien and Jonathan Majors, like their physiques are insane. Like Katie O'Brien is one of the craziest, strongest, most powerful, beautiful bodies like ever. Like it's just crazy body. But then in both movies, when they have the actual bodybuilding competition, you see them side by side with other bodybuilders. The legs especially are like the big giveaway, where it's like, it's crazy because you watch the whole movie, you're like, Katie O'Brien's physique is insane. Then you watch her next to the like pro bodybuilders that they probably cast, and you're like, yeah, you're not going to win this competition. Like the legs specifically are the ones where it's like so much less mass, which is just like a very not Hollywood thing to like do up legs, which is the same thing I noticed when I watched Magazine Dreams. I was like, yeah, Jonathan Majors is jacked, but when you look at his like leg mass compared to his actual bodybuilders, it's night and day difference. So it's just crazy because that's just, it puts into perspective how insane bodybuilders' bodies are, because when you watch the entire movie of Love Lies Bleeding, I'm like, Katie O'Brien is the most jacked woman to ever exist throughout this movie. And then you see her next to pro bodybuilders, and you're like, damn, these women are just built different. But yeah, I think we can get into the ending now.
Yeah. So basically Kristen Stewart tries to or let's backtrack a little bit. So Katie O'Brien's character kind of, I guess, teams up with Ed Harris's character, or he kind of blackmails.
He gets her out of jail.
Yeah, he gets her out of jail and basically says, like, he tasks Katie O'Brien to kill Kristen Stewart's character, which was another jaw-dropping scene when Kristen Stewart is walking through the door of her house and the blonde girl that she's with gets popped in the face. At first, all you see is the blood splatter on Kristen Stewart's like neck. I swear, this is so dumb. I shouldn't even say this in the podcast. My immediate thought was, who the hell just threw a water balloon at Kristen Stewart? I was like, what the fuck just happened?
No way, dude.
Yeah, and then the camera, I swear, that was my immediate thought. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And then the camera obviously cuts to Katie O'Brien with a gun in her hand and the blonde chick with a hole in her head. So that was crazy. But after that, that's when Katie O'Brien goes to, goes back to Ed Harris's house. And basically says like, yeah, I failed my job. I didn't do that. I didn't kill Kristen Stewart. I'm so sorry, because she was with the blonde bitch. But then the whole movie just basically unravels, and Kristen Stewart tries to go to Ed Harris's house to rescue Katie O'Brien. And basically, while in her attempt to kind of rescue Katie O'Brien and kill her father gets the better of her. In the background, Katie O'Brien, Kristen Stewart was like, run away, just go. Don't worry about me, leave. And then as she hears like Kristen Stewart screams, I'm probably explaining this so badly, but she hears Kristen Stewart screams and she turns into this 50-foot giant monster. I was very removed. I don't know. It was such like a crazy tonal shift. It was such a crazy like genre shift, mainly because the rest of the movie didn't even have like weird comparison, but like Everything Everywhere All at Once has like a million genres, but it works because the movie immediately establishes that it's this like very weird genre blend movie. Love Lies Bleeding, for 80% of the movie, it's very grounded. It's like a normal movie that can absolutely happen, and then it kind of takes this very fantastical turn and just kind of throws me off. So like 50-foot Katie O'Brien comes up, picks up Ed Harris's character like with her hand. It looks like the Hulk holding like a truck or something, or a softball or whatever. And then Kristen Stewart does not shoot him, right? No. I'm bugging out. No, Kristen Stewart does not shoot him. She leaves him there because the cops then come up, and then her and Katie O'Brien, drive off into the sunset, which leads to a very funny scene where Kristen Stewart was trying to dispose of the blonde girl's body, and it turns out she was alive. So Kristen Stewart's like, well, fuck it. I thought you were dead, so I'm just going to kill you on the spot. So she chokes her to death and then buries her, which I thought that was a funny way to end the movie. But yeah, what were your thoughts on Katie O'Brien being 50 feet tall?
Yeah, I was very mixed on it. I think I don't love it. So the whole movie, you're teased with these subtle transformation scenes where I thought she was going to go like werewolf mode, where she was getting, you see her muscles pulse, you see the veins pop, and you see her muscles get bigger. So it's like, okay, I knew a transformation scene was coming. She's going to have some mode of like anger.
I didn't know I didn't think that's what it was leading to. I thought like all of those scenes where you see like the veins popping and like you hear like a crunch, I thought that was just like a very exaggerated look at steroids. I thought that was the movie basically being like, this isn't like what you see, like, but like this is what she's feeling on steroids. That's what I had interpreted.
Gotcha. Which is a very valid interpretation, but I think my mind just immediately went to that. I was expecting like a Hulk type transformation. So I was expecting a transformation to come, but I was expecting like a werewolf transformation, something bigger, something higher budget, because at the end of the day, they just had her, grow to be a giant, which I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I'll have to rewatch it to see how it exactly works. Because when she initially transforms, it shows like her shirt being ripped off and like stuff like that, because she's becoming 10 times bigger than she actually is. But then she gets bigger, then she's just like in her normal clothes. So I'm like, okay, what's the rules you're establishing here? Like, can the clothes grow with her or do they not grow with her? And I just feel like I was hoping it was going to be more gnarly. I get this is probably a very low budget film. If you actually Google Love Lies Bleeding budget, the top result is just wrong. It's like IMDb, but it says, according to Forbes, the official budget for Love Lies Bleeding is over $274 million, making it one of the most expensive MCU films to date. That's the top. I mean, could be an MCU crossover, but that's the top result right now on Google. So I don't know why that's there, but I don't know. Yeah, odd. But so I'm sure it's very low budget because there's a lot, like you said, with scenes of violence, you see, from the perspective of the killer, as opposed to seeing the gruesome violence happen. And then this final transformation scene kind of solidified it, like, oh, this is very low budget attempt. I get they're trying to go for this absurdist reality, and to me, it just didn't really click. I would have preferred to see a more of a beast looking type of, jacked Hulk type looking figure, as opposed to someone who gets grown up into a larger size. And then she like picks up Kristen Stewart on her back, who I think also grows in size because they're like running through the clouds together for that one scene, kind of running away from the world before then ultimately get in their car. And like you mentioned with the end, but yeah, I think I enjoyed so much this film and loved it. But that I just didn't love. I think if they would have went, threw a couple $1 million at the visual effects budget to try and make a crazy transformation, if that's the way they wanted to go, I would have loved that. But it just was too weird. Like I mean, I just laughed out loud. My whole theater laughed out loud when they just saw Katie O'Brien as a giant sitting on the basketball or tennis courts or whatever. It was like and I think that's what they're going for with the absurdist look. Like they knew people weren't going to take that seriously, but yeah, I don't know. It just took me out of it a little too much.
Yeah, it was such an interesting like shift. And again, honestly, what you just said, I think kind of makes it less weird. I guess the whole movie was teasing that she was going to transform into something, but again, I thought that was just an exaggerated look at like the effects of steroids. So maybe I'm the dumb one. But yeah, 4 stars from both of us. Really, really awesome, fun movie. And based on my mutuals, you and I giving it a 4 stars, we're on the lower end of things. I have mutuals that have given it 5 stars. I know a lot of people Got to see it at Sundance, and the early reviews out of Sundance were very, very glowing. So just an awesome movie, a movie I could see being in a lot of people's top 10 of the year. Kristen Stewart, just so amazing, so awesome. But that's about it on Love Lies Bleeding. Let's move on to Immaculate. Which
for anyone listening to this, I think it technically comes out this upcoming weekend, like actual release. So Thursday, I think, is when it actually comes out. Immaculate.
Oh, okay.
Love Lies Bleeding's out.
Yeah, Love Lies Bleeding's been out. Immaculate, yeah. Tyler and I both. Tyler got sent to screener. I got invited to an early screening, so we both got to see it early, luckily, to review on the pod. Very opposite ends of the spectrum here. You are leading the Immaculate Hive, or whatever you're calling it.
Shout out Marta McFly, currently the only other member of the Immaculate Hive. It's me and her. And once it releases wide, we'll see if we get more members to join.
And then I'm leading the this movie sucks.
Well, looking at everyone else's review, it's pretty. Everyone else is in the suck.
Yeah, everyone else is in that club too. Let me start, because I know you're going to speak a lot longer.
Well, to start with like the actual synopsis and then give your take. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So Immaculate is the latest horror movie starring Sydney Sweeney. It was directed by Michael Mohan, who I'm not familiar with, but I just saw his filmography. He did a movie with Sydney Sweeney 3 years ago. So he's worked with her in the past. I've never seen the movie. No one, actually, that's a lie. A couple people that I follow on Letterboxd have seen it. The ratings aren't that high. Cecilia, a woman of devout faith, is offered a fulfilling new role at an illustrious Italian convent. Her warm welcome to the picture-perfect Italian countryside is soon interrupted as it becomes clear to Cecilia that her new home harbors some dark and horrifying secrets. Okay. I think, for starters, in defense of this movie, I think a religious background and like the Immaculate Conception, it's very interesting and tough to like make them worthwhile, I guess. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of opportunity to make a narrative that focuses on the Immaculate Conception and anything that has to do with religion very psychological. So I was very much excited for Immaculate. Even though the more I saw the trailer, the more I kind of like was leaning towards like, okay, this is not looking too great, but I was always excited because I think Sydney Sweeney has a lot of potential. And I just think religion is very interesting when tackled properly in film. But I was looking for, I think, a very much a more psychological approach to this narrative. I said this in my TikTok review, I said this in my Letterboxd review. I'm so far gone from the jump scare horror, and I just can't stand it. I think it's so lazy, it's so boring, it becomes so predictable. Like there's one scene where Sydney Sweeney's holding a flashlight, and the flashlight keeps flickering, and I'm like, oh, jump scare about to happen. It's just like, and this movie just falls into every single jump scare trope where like Sydney Sweeney's lying on her bed in a dark room and the camera keeps getting closer to her face while the music keeps getting louder. Like you just know jump scares are coming. I just think it's so boring and so lazy. But on top of that, even though I hate the jump scares, that's not really it's the narrative too. Like it's not just the fact that this movie is riddled with jump scares that's making me rate this a 1.5. It's just, this feels like the most surface level, one-dimensional take on religion in horror that you could have ever like possibly written. Like I think this like Rosemary's Baby poster is just hilarious because like you're comparing hydrogen bomb to coughing baby right now. Like that's literally, it's such like a funny thing to be like, yeah, my movie is very much reminiscent of Rosemary's Baby, and it's like, no, it's not. That's like saying like fucking Quantumania is reminiscent of The Godfather. Like it's so night and day on the comparison. But yeah, my biggest problem with this movie is just how one-dimensional it feels. And on top of that, you just have such shitty jump scares played every so often. I know this movie had an R rating, but it also feels like a movie that just wanted to be accessible to like every corner of the horror fandom. Like everyone that loves like the horror grotesque imagery, because this movie does have some scenes where it's like, ew, that's gross. But then there's a lot of like instances where it just very much felt like, okay, we just want to like sell tickets. So even though we have an R rating, we're going to kind of fall towards the lighter end of that R rating, so that even horror fans that want like calmer horror, something that's not going to truly fuck you up, they can watch this and they can find something enjoyable about it. So it's like, it never committed to the R rating. It never committed to the PG-13 rating. So it just made for a tonal mess. Like, I know we all shit on Megan for having a PG-13 rating, but at least that movie commits to a PG-13 rating. It's like, okay, we have a PG-13 rating. Let's just use it. This is going to be an accessible horror film for everyone. And Immaculate just kind of felt all over the place. But my biggest problem, like I said, lies in just its take on religion. Like, there's so many possibilities within religion, especially to make something like psychological and fucking crazy. And I think this movie just kind of takes the easy way out. It feels very safe. And the fact that a narratively safe movie is just riddled with jump scare after jump scare, just predictable beat after predictable beat, it just made for such a poor experience. This movie is what, an hour and 25 minutes, and I just could not wait to leave that theater. And it's not even a long movie. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Immaculate. I'm upset because I'm rooting for Sydney Sweeney. I really am. I really do think she has a lot of potential. I think she's fantastic in Euphoria. I think even in Anyone But You, she proves that she can kind of do comedy. I think you watched Reality from last year. Mm-hmm. Not that great of a movie, but I think Sydney Sweeney is just really fantastic. So I believe in Sydney Sweeney as an actress. I just need her in better projects. And I know a lot of people are kind of gassing up Immaculate, like, oh, she started preparing for this role at the age of 14 or something. I don't know the entire story. This is tough for a 10-year project. This is not the outcome you want. But those are my thoughts on Immaculate. Not that great. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the actual story on the production is she tried out for this in 2014, and the film just fell apart and never ended up happening. And then, 10 years later, well, I guess started in production like probably 2 years ago. So 8 years later, she had more street cred to her name, and she wanted to pick up the project. So basically reworked the entire thing. So yeah, she auditioned for it in 2014, but completely different film. Like, obviously she'd be a lot younger then, but hired a new writer to go through the rewrites, hired the director, got Neon to finance it. So basically it's just something that was kind of early in her career she tried out for, and nothing ever came out of the movie. And then later in her career, she's like, yeah, let's pick this up. And probably, I mean, I have no clue what the original plot was of the first one, but it seems like they reworked it a ton. And then she produced it, got it to Neon. So passion project for her, for sure. It's definitely something about it was sticking with her from originally when she was trying out for this back in 2014. But yeah, I mean, I really had a great time with this. I think I saw the trailer so many times for this and immediately thought it was going to be nothing but jump scares. So that's why I think I was going into it knowing like, oh, it's going to be a jump scare film fest. So I already have my expectations low because, I'm similar with you. I don't love just nothing but jump scares, but I feel like I got more than that from this movie. I think I thought, it was a pretty solid R-rated film. Like, there's a lot of body horror. There's immediately the first scene, like a leg snaps. You have women like jumping off the roof of buildings and you just see their body completely just mangled. I guess, we'll just throw up spoiler warning at this point. The end, she literally rips an umbilical cord out with her teeth and smashes a baby with the rock. Like, I feel like it was a lot of gnarly stuff, whereas like Megan was never anywhere near as gnarly as anywhere that Immaculate ever got. And then, there's other things that make it R-rated. Like, obviously you see like some brief nudity and stuff too. But I mean, in terms of like the gruesome gnarliness, I think it's definitely there for making it a lot more intense than like a Megan would be. But I thought the cinematography was one of my favorite things. I loved the way this film looked. The cinematographer was Alicia Christian. She's also done Columbus, which I think you've rated and you enjoyed that movie. Yep. And then the Night House, which I have not seen, but very highly rated amongst my mutuals, at least, which looks like another horror from David Bruckner. Let's see if I notice anyone in the cast. Doesn't look like it, but from 2020, another high rated horror. But I love the cinematography. That was great. The whole production team, the lighting department looks like they've worked on Casino Royale. Like, there's a lot of people that have had experience, But then on the opposite side of the coin, there's a lot of people that this is like one of their first projects, like visual effects, editing, like Sydney Sweeney producing. There's a lot of people that's kind of like with their first time run. So it's just an interesting project Sydney Sweeney put together of, people who are very experienced and have great cred, but also people who, it's early on. Like you mentioned, the director, Michael Mohan, hasn't done a whole lot and just kind of new for him. But yeah, I mean, for me, the first 30 minutes or so of this movie takes a little bit to find its footing. So pretty much this movie's broken up into 3 trimesters, as a birth would be. And it starts off with Sydney Sweeney kind of escaping her life in America. You kind of realize she has this background past with her faith and religion that she's trying to escape that you don't really get a full picture of. And she goes off to Italy to then be a part of this, church, nunhood, and try and get infatuated with this and try and, just leave her past behind. New country, new life, learn a new language. She just wants to completely put her whole life behind her. So then the first third of this movie is kind of her getting, used to this church that she's working with, meeting the people that she's gonna be working with, and starting to realize things are a little bit more sinister than she initially thought. Second half of this movie, or second third of this movie, is when you realize, she gotten pregnant, an immaculate conception, no clue how it happened, and kind of like a devil birthing a baby inside of her. And at that point, she almost becomes like a celebrity within this church. Everyone's, she's the chosen one. She's praised, she's pampered, whereas all the other women, a lot of the other nuns start to get very jealous here, and it starts to create a lot of bad blood between them, which leads to a lot of other things like, the jumping off the ceiling, people protecting Sydney Sweeney by, taking out the other nuns that are trying to give her too much grief. And then the final third of this movie is when she's kind of realizing what's going on, that there's some sort of like cult hood, red cloak and dagger thing going on that she needs to get out of here. So she tries to escape. And honestly, I don't know, weird comparison with the ending reminded me a lot of like the ending of Get Out with, like how like once he realized like there's like a weird like surgery going on and like a transplant of brains and he has to run away, and he's trying to get trapped the whole time. So she's running away, gets caught, and there's kind of like a final boss battle scene before then she finally gets away, has the kid, and like I mentioned, rips out that umbilical cord with her teeth and smashes the kid. And then fun Twitter moment, you get the thing coming out saying that she got the fake blood in her eye and like it ruined her eye, but they just kept filming through it. So Sydney Sweeney is she puts her body on the line on set. She's getting blood in her eye. She's getting bit by whatever wolf spiders, whatever that crazy spider was in Australia. She really goes through it. She really commits to the bit, which I mean, anyone who's seen Euphoria, I haven't, but from what I've heard of Euphoria, I think Sydney Sweeney committing to the bit is nothing new in her career. But yeah, for me, I came into this expecting nothing but jump scares. I got some gruesome body horror. I got a good amount of suspense to have me on the edge of my seat. And the final act, I just had a blast with. Like, I love the whole final cat and mouse game. I thought the end visuals specifically of her smashing that baby and her face is getting covered in blood, and that scream that went on for like fucking 45 seconds.
Was laughing during that.
Yeah, I had a blast with that. I think it's a movie that people are either be on the right side of history or wrong. I'm on the right side. Marta McFly's on the right side. We'll see who else joins the right side. But
I think it's funny. We could not be more opposite on this movie, because I think this movie is at its strongest in the first trimester, because I think once she kind of gets to Italy and things start to unravel and she kind of moves into the second and third trimester, I think that's where the jump scares kind of just blown out of proportion. The beginning of the movie, and I guess the spoiler tag is up, so slight spoilers, not really. But the movie opens basically with like a former sister trying to escape, and all you see is kind of like 4 figures walking towards her. You're assuming they killed her, and I think you do, because I think you see her at the end of the movie when Sydney Sweeney's in the catacombs, or whatever you want to call those fucking caves.
I think that's a good word for it.
Nice, big words. But the first trimester is where it feels more uncertain than the rest of the movie. You're like, okay, she's going to this place because she thinks it's going to be a paradise. She thinks it's going to be. She was saying how her parish in Detroit got shut down, so she wants to kind of just change gears. So she goes to Italy, and it's kind of like it has the first trimester has a very like Haunting of Hill House like vibe to it, where like everything seems fine, but like you kind of like feel like the sinister presence in the background, especially after that first scene where you kind of like see the sinister aspects. So it has like this very uncertain and a little more psychological horror vibe to it in the first trimester. Obviously, there are the jump scares here and there. But I don't think they're as offensive as they are in like Acts 2 and 3. So I like for the first like 20 minutes of the movie, I was like, oh, this is great. Like this is like turning into like this fun horror movie. They're gonna kind of play into like this cult vibe. And then they kind of just complete like horror shift from like trying to be like very like slow to unfold its narrative, a little more psychological, and then they just commit to like the jump scares. I think that's what maybe turned me off the most, is like just how much promise this movie showed in the first like 20 minutes, to the shift that it took in the second and the third trimester. I will say the I guess we'll call it like a plot twist where like you kind of find out they're doing like a Dune Bene Gesserit kind of selective breeding type thing.
Everything is Dune.
Yeah, to make the Messiah. I thought that was like kind of cool. But again, I know you love that scene, but like then that whole like the whole like twist narrative was just ruined by just lazily putting both of them in a cave and just making it this cat and mouse game with endless jump scares and flickering flashlights. And I don't know, it was just a very predictable like experience, and I think that's where my biggest fault lies.
Yeah, I don't love jump scares in general, and I don't like this is a movie I just had like a blast with. Like I had fun with it. Like I strapped in for the ride and had a great time with it. I think it's just because I went into this, like I said, I just saw from the trailers gonna be nothing but jump scares. I wasn't expecting, the rest of the movie, which I had a blast with. I just had a great time with it. I had a very fun time with this movie, and I mean, like I mean, it does like the Rosemary's Baby comparisons make sense in terms of like the plot. Like there's a immaculate conception. I feel like calling Ant-Man to Godfather is a weird comparison.
Hello.
It clearly is very similar to Rosemary's Baby and Immaculate in terms of like the plot. So
yeah, but
I think
let me make clear, I'm
just
jealous of you. I am jealous you had a good experience, because I really wanted to like this movie. I'm truly like I'm still waiting for like this year's like fantastic horror movie. Like we haven't really had. I mean, here's my horror lineup. The highest rated horror film I have is this movie called Departing Seniors, which was like a fun little like slasher, stupid high school movie. I give it a 2.5.
from
And
this
then
year.
From this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this year. And then I have two horror movies at a half a star, 2 out of 1 star. So I'm like just waiting for like that great horror movie of the year. And for some reason, I thought Immaculate was going to be that movie, but unfortunately, it wasn't. I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous you had such a fantastic. You and Marta. I'm jealous you had such a fantastic experience. Anything else you want to talk about for Immaculate before we move on?
No.
But we'll see who. I'm excited to see who joins the right side of history this weekend when it comes out. Why?
Maybe I will.
Does it come out in the UK this weekend?
Josiah saw it at an early screen like 2 days ago, but that was like a commercial early screen. I think it might be like next week. Maybe.
I'm telling you, man, this movie should have been called Jump Scare. That's it. That's what this movie should have been called.
So you're saying
Sydney Sweeney Jump Scare.
Wrong side of history, man. Wrong side of history.
All right. Do we want to pause and wait for Cam to join?
We'll text him and tell him to join. But
yeah,
for Immaculate, like, yeah, I wonder if my screener's expired, because I kind of want to watch it. Oh, Cam's back. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I don't know if my screener's expired.
Let me in.
Hey, Cam, welcome back. Or welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, Cam. All right. Well, moving on. So,
hey, Seth.
There's no like real massive release of this week. Like, we're not going to spend time talking about a new release for.
I thought you guys just did.
Well, you did. I was sat here for ages.
I'm saying nothing as big as like Dune, where it's going to be our entire episode.
Is anything ever?
No, nothing will ever be as big as Dune.
What?
So we figured, so about a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago at this point.
I think it was like end of Feb, so about like a year and a month.
It was a while ago where we did an episode where we ranked our 10 favorite movies. A lot of you guys loved that. It got some great reception. It got a lot of great traction. So we're not going to do that per se. We're not going to go around going 10 to 1 ranking our favorite movies. We want to make it a little like more fun. We want to talk about as many movies as possible. So here's what we're going to do. We're not calling it a draft, but it's going to be draft style. The order is going to go Cam, George, Tyler, Seth. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to pick our favorite movies. So the end goal is to have your top 10. That's the end goal, or as close to your top 10 as possible. But we've made some rules. So for us to talk about as many films as possible, we cannot pick a film that has already been picked. So, that'll add a little bit of strategy here because I know definitely between like myself and Tyler, I think we have a couple of movies that overlap. So we're going to go a little bit of strategy. You can only have on your list one film per filmmaker. So if my first pick is The Dark Knight, I cannot pick another Christopher Nolan movie. But that is not the same as rule number one. So if I pick a Christopher Nolan movie, you guys are also allowed to pick a Christopher Nolan movie. And you cannot pick more than one movie with the same lead actor or actress. So if I pick The Dark Knight, per se, I am not allowed to pick Vice because I cannot pick another Christian Bale movie or something like that.
Okay.
So those are the rules. So it's going to give us, it's just fun. This is going to be the bulk of our episode. Just a couple of guys talking about 40 different movies. Obviously, make your pick. We'll talk about it a little bit, not too in depth because we do have 40 movies to go through. But again, the end goal here is to have a list of your 10 films. You want to get as close as to your top 10 favorites as possible. And we'll see. I went through the episode we did a year ago of our 10 favorite movies. And I mean, for me, at least, I know my top 10 has changed. I know Seth's top 10 has definitely changed. And I'm sure Cam and Tyler's top 10 has definitely changed. So it'll be interesting comparing both of those movies side by side. So Cam, again, we're not calling it a draft, but you do have the first pick, I guess, of your top 10 favorite movies.
So I understand we can't pick the same movies, obviously, but I thought we were doing like if I picked a Christian Bale movie, you guys couldn't be
No.
No.
Okay, so that makes it.
Yeah, that would make it tough.
Yeah, that'd be. We should.
It's
do that.
it's just a movie.
Okay.
But like if I pick a Christian Bale acted movie, you guys can also pick a Christian Bale acted movie.
So, I feel like
there's a little bit of strategy here. If you think someone else is going to take your favorite,
gotta be strategy.
Yeah, I feel like I can like do some strategy here, obviously. So I'll start with The Dark Knight. Not being
that's crazy.
I mean,
that's actually insane. That's insane.
That's not your favorite. Is that your favorite?
That's so insane, dude. That's wild.
You have 100 out of 100. That's like that is like your favorite film, no?
Bro.
Yeah, but no one's gonna take
insane.
it.
That's an insane way to start.
George might take it. Do you not think?
Stealing George's favorite film.
That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I don't fucking care.
I mean,
No. I don't care. I don't care. That's the point. That's the point of this. It's to have fun, So that's fuck you. But I'm glad you guys.
It's funny because when you laid out the rules of what we were doing, I was like, I don't think it's actually going to be like change that much. And then right after that,
immediately
the movie George has tattooed on it.
I think I very easily can get a lot of my favorites. One I wouldn't be able to get is The Dark Knight.
Listen. I'm
all right, I'm picking Lord of the Rings: Return of the King then next.
There you go.
Better not.
All right, I'm mad about The Dark Knight, but I'm also gonna go ahead and probably fuck Tyler because I know he's gonna want La La Land, so I'm gonna take La La. I need that in my top 10. It's every watch for La La Land for me. It moves higher and higher. I think it's in like my top 5 at this point. I
my
think
number one. My number one.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. That's crazy. Cam took my number 1. I took Tyler's number 1. Tyler, please take The Return of the King.
If Tyler did, that would be crazy. After my emotional experience last night.
At the very least, I took a top 3 movie for me.
That's fair.
Is it my turn now?
Yes. Now it is Tyler's turn.
All right. I'm gonna go with a film directed by August Magnesium Sterlingwood called Wingdings. It's a 4-hour film about grass growing. Joke for anyone who's chronically online. All this stupid movies.
I've seen it.
I was like, yo, what's this film?
That was the latest one. It's making the rounds on Twitter. Just
is that the new one? Okay.
Yeah, that's the new one.
I see one of those videos every other day.
It is actually ridiculous. All the time. It's crazy.
I mean, I get why they do it. They get hella views. So I mean, might as well keep.
Maybe I should do it, actually. True.
Yeah, maybe we should all be doing that trend. But yeah, La La Land was obviously gonna be my first pick, so we have to adjust here which way we're going. But
sorry.
I think we should all have to not take it. I don't think anyone else should be able to take a Christopher Nolan or Damien Chazelle movie. I think we changed it on the fly.
I'm fine with that because
I'll do whatever.
I think that's cool.
I think so. We're gonna have 40 different filmmakers on this list.
Yep.
All right, fine. Let's
Yo,
do it.
that's crazy.
All right. Let's do it. That's the
We'll do the same actor, but I think we just changed.
Yeah.
on the fly.
Wait, we can do the same actor. We can do the same actor.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
not within
like-
your
like-
own
like-
top 10, but within
Not
other
within your
people's
own
picks.
top 10. Okay, that works.
But so I couldn't pick. So I could pick a Christian Bale film, but I couldn't pick a Nolan
couldn't
film.
pick, like both. Like I'm trying to think.
The
couldn't pick a
Godfather
Nolan
part.
film.
Yeah, I don't know. There's two Robert De Niro movies you couldn't pick.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'll go with. Fine. I'll get PTA off the board. I'll go There Will Be Blood. This
yeah.
threw a massive
I'll-
curveball into the way this is going to be
I
going. but-
will throw it.
I like this immediate
Tyler, I'll
curveball that
start
we just.
typing.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, and it'll be interesting to see the graphics now. But
There Will
Will
Be
Be Blood.
So I couldn't take a Daniel Day-Lewis film here or a PTA film.
No,
Yep. No. Are we doing it with actors too?
Yeah,
not-
let's do it. Let's
not
do it.
actors.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Not
The
actors,
actors
yeah.
ones is going to be impossible.
No, it won't. Let's just go on your. It's fun. It's fun.
it just means you might have to dip into your 4.5s. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair. Okay, fine. So, to rehash the rules.
this will be way more fun. This is going to be
Yeah,
so
this is
much
gonna be
fun.
more fun. So we cannot pick the same movie as anyone. We cannot pick a director if they've already been picked. So Cam picked The Dark Knight. That means no one else can pick a Christopher Nolan movie or a Christian Bale starring movie. I picked La La Land, so no one else can pick Damien Chazelle or Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone starring movie.
Wait. Are we doing both?
They're
Yeah,
They're both
of
leads.
course,
All right.
of
then
course.
I'm,
But we'll do like
We should
supporting.
do like costume
Cam,
designers
like,
and like
Cam,
makeup.
if
as well,
you
like
wanted to
everything.
pick, if you wanted to pick Thor,
The
Love and
year
Thunder,
released.
you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Because Christian Bale is in a supporting role in that.
The
movie.
decade.
everything related to the film, like
Yeah.
cinematographer, like you're talking
Runtime.
runtime.
All right, Seth, first pick.
wait.
Return of the Mid. I'll go with that. Return of the King. So that means, I mean, who's going to take? I should have taken that later. No, I shouldn't actually. So no Peter Jackson. I mean, Elijah Wood, I guess. You know.
No Among Us movie.
No, I think Elijah Wood's definitely the star of the.
I feel
Of
like,
Yeah, it's a
the King is Aragorn, but the whole task relies upon Elijah.
I'd say
Wood.
Elijah Wood.
all
is the
right.
guy
So
who
right
does.
now, just to confirm, so I have Chris Nolan, PTA, Damien Chazelle, and Peter Jackson. Right.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
And then
Christian Bale, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, Daniel Day-Lewis, and Elijah Wood.
Are you
Well,
tracking this in a Google Doc? We should share
Yeah.
this.
It's the same.
have
It's
it
the
on Google.
bottom.
Here, Tyler, can I join this call from another laptop, and then can you hide that, and I could share my screen?
No, just share your.
I'll
here,
share
here,
something.
here. I can share.
Yeah. Okay.
But tell me if I need to make it. I'll make it look better on the fly.
Yeah, that's fine. It's your turn to get glazed in the comments for your skills. Can you zoom in on your screen? Just like do the control scroll.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
So yeah,
And I'll have our picks down, ready to go.
yeah,
All
we
right,
can
Seth,
recap that then.
we'll-
But this
we'll-
it's
do we
more
wanna
better
do a
for the
snake?
audience to know. Yeah, what we can't pick for the directors. And stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. We'll do a snake like we usually do drafts. So Seth, another pick.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck you. No, I'm not actually, because I don't know if you guys would pick any. Maybe you will. I'm gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna take my favorite Scorsese movie,
Okay.
Silence, because I think that's a good pick. 'Cause I feel like Scorsese
That's
might come up.
okay,
You
yeah.
got Andrew Garfield and Martin Scorsese.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me a
Mhm.
second.
Now, are we calling it Andrew Garfield, or are we calling it Andrew Garfield and Liam Neeson?
No,
No,
Garfield,
Liam Neeson
Garfield.
doesn't come
And
in.
Adam Driver.
No,
Garfield.
no, it's definitely.
So
You
just-
can't
only
do
reason-
that many.
The only reason
like,
La La Land was both Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling is because they both are clear like best actor,
Yeah,
best
yeah,
actress
yeah.
nominees.
Liam
Where-
Neeson's not in it until the last like 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's
No
clear
way.
supporting.
Tell me if I
Um,
spell anything.
All right.
It's
Back
very-
to Tyler.
Okay, so now the strategy has just
This might be the best draft we've done. I like it. It's cool.
This strategy has
It's
been taken up 10
All
million
right, now I
levels.
got to
now.
move my letterbox to my other tab. Okay.
I'm gonna go with. Ooh. All right. So wait, let me make sure I've gotten no one on here. Okay. I'm gonna
too
go
many.
Heat. So no Michael Mann, no Robert De Niro, no Al
Good
Pacino.
pick.
Oh no!
Wow, you just fucked us.
That's actually such a good poll, man. That's crazy. Oh, that's amazing.
Damn.
I was gonna say he's well. Fuck.
Damn.
That should be De Niro and Pacino, right? They're both
I
leads.
think I would say that's
No. Oh,
To be
fuck.
fair, I'll let people. We can pick one. Who is the more main?
I
pick one and Ryan
honestly think they're
Gosling and
both.
Stone then?
I think they're both the main.
Yeah, I think they're both the lead.
We-
I think you
Let's
can
make
have
the
it.
decision now. Are we doing both or one?
Let's do
No,
one
If we're
per
doing
movie. So we'll go back to Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone. We'll choose one. I think that's
both? Okay, I
more.
agree.
fair.
I think
So
it's
we'll go.
Robert
Are we
De
going De Niro for Heat?
I would say De Niro.
Niro. I
Yeah.
spelled De Niro.
I think
They're like
both.
equal.
I-
They're equal.
they're
But we'll go
so
De Niro,
equal.
and then we'll go Gosling for
But
Or Emma Stone won Best
Emma
Actress. We'll
Stone
go
won
Emma
Best
Stone.
but Gosling's harder. Gosling makes it harder, though, doesn't
two
it?
words, fascinating.
I think we'll do Emma Stone since she won Best Actress for it. That's like the more
I agree.
logical choice to do for
I'm kind of with
the
you.
lead. Okay, now I think we're all strapped in. We know what we're doing.
Yeah,
now it's
we know what we're
George's
doing.
turn.
Yeah, now it's my turn. I'm gonna take Denis off. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna be true to myself. As much as I love Dune 2, I think I need to go with Arrival. So I'm gonna take Arrival. Which takes Amy Adams and Denis Villeneuve off the board.
Interesting.
Is it 1D or 2Ds?
1D.
Some people are
1D.
2.
One Direction.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm a little flustered, but we'll be all right.
We're not
I think just to make it easy on myself, since I don't know. There's more strategy now. Fuck.
There's a strategy.
Yeah. There's a lot going on right now. I'm trying to look for a big actor. Okay, or a big director. I think I'm gonna fuck someone over here.
No, don't.
And I'm gonna take two big names. I'm gonna take. I don't know if I want it though. There's a struggle bus, everybody. I'm a little bit on the struggle bus right now. Okay, all right. We can't get this deep into it without or this early on. I'll take Nightcrawler just to get Jake Gyllenhaal off the board. And then that's Dan Gilroy.
Midroy.
That's a good pick. What did you just say?
I mean, like he hasn't really. Dan Gilroy is not.
He is actually kind of a dad. Oh fucking sure. Dad. I can't speak. Dan Midroy.
Okay?
No, I'm not, man. I had a bit of like a spaz then.
Okay, I'm just gonna, and then I'll just be true to myself, and we'll go with Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
just make it easy. I mean, like I don't think there would be any risk in me getting Mark Hamill, and
I don't know. I might pick. No, Last Jedi wouldn't even count, would it? I was going to make a joke. Last Jedi with Daisy Ridley.
There's really no
actually
need for
no.
me.
You didn't take that off the board for me. Actually, I'm lost.
What would the other Mark Hamill even be? I'm trying to think of anything.
Nothing.
The
No,
other
he
Star
leads
Wars, you
anything
could do
else.
like Empire.
New Hope. Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess you could do a New Hope. I mean,
yeah. Of
all right.
course.
All right, I'm gonna. I'm like now. I'm trying to think of strategy. So I think I'm gonna take. Oh my God! Hold on. I'm gonna try. Well, I'm not gonna actively try, but I'm going to try. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna take Tom Hardy and George Miller off the board with Mad Max Fury Road.
Wow.
Oh damn! No happy feet. Crazy, George.
Yeah, I don't think that fucks anyone over.
I'm gonna be honest. After a good amount of time, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna not know how to spell some of these names. That's where we're at right now. Motherfucker.
I'm shocked that someone hasn't taken this director this way. It's my turn right now, Seth.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll go Jurassic Park. We'll get Spielberg off the board. I figured George would have tried to like get a Spielberg immediately because it's like it's his number one guy.
And then
Sam Neill. We'll just go
Sam
whatever.
Neill, yeah,
Sam Neill. 2 L's in his name.
That's a bad overlook for me.
My like microphone cord is in my way.
Okay. The Michael?
It's yours for back to back.
You got back to back.
I'll take a Kubrick, but I don't strategically. Do I go with my favorite or do I go my second favorite? I'll go my second favorite because I feel like I'll go The Shining. You know, Jack Nicholson, like more likely just to like come up maybe.
Yeah.
So
Take
Kubrick, The Shining, Jack Nicholson, and then what do I go with next? That's tricky. Because what would you guys take? That's the thing. That's really tricky. Oh, okay. This might be an interesting one actually. Because there's maybe a chance that Tyler might take this if it goes to the later rounds. So I'm gonna go Terrence Malick with The New World and Colin Farrell. Because I think that's kind of like a double.
I was gonna be picking a Malick for sure. I was gonna get Tree of Life on the board.
Okay, Colin Farrell and
good
Terrence
pick.
Malick. The New World.
What's it called? The New World?
The New World, yeah.
Interesting.
Back to me.
Yes.
All right, let's get James Cameron and Leonardo DiCaprio off the board with Titanic.
Oh no.
Admitted.
No.
Good film. Good film.
No. Fuck. I wanted that. I didn't want Titanic.
You wanted Leo.
I wanted Leo. I mean, I wanted James Cameron too. I wanted one of them.
You wanted James Cameron? Oh yeah, of course.
Probably T2.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would
T2 or the Abyss. All right, I'm gonna take. This is where. Okay, I'm gonna take Mr. David Fincher and Mr. Jesse Eisenberg off the board, and I'm gonna take The Social Network.
Damn. I guess we're not the biggest Fincher pod, so taking
gonna
that. I
say,
feel like
that's
since
the
that
only
was the only
one.
one we would have probably picked.
Yeah, that's the only one.
That the only one. I can't imagine you guys were looking
For
at
most film pods, removing David Fincher from the mix would be like devastating. But for us, we're all like, yeah, I guess you got The Social Network. That's all we all wanted.
Yeah.
Cam back to back. Can't hear you.
I think when he was messing with his microphone cord, I think it might have unplugged.
Yeah.
But this is interesting so far. I think we all have like 3 or 4 under our belts for like the later rounds that like no one else is going to really take.
Yeah.
It's like these early rounds, you got to focus on like big actor, big director.
getting. I mean, the only one I'm like pissed off about not getting is obviously Dark Knight and a Spielberg.
That is kind of crazy. I can't lie.
Yeah, I'm depressed I didn't get La La Land, but you know, I knew coming into this, someone's going to take it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah,
We're
you're
yeah.
back.
Okay.
back to back.
Yeah, I dropped my microphone and it got unplugged, like you said. I'm struggling because I'm trying to find directors who like are popular. You know, like there are definitely some I can take, and also haven't been taken. But
I'm looking at my favorites list on Letterboxd right now. I think there's a lot here that you guys don't have.
Right.
oh, definitely.
So yeah, I think Tyler.
I can
the
also
more we get
dip
into like
into
the later rounds, I
They're
think-
savers, though. They're savers.
I can dip into the
Yeah.
animated movies so quickly too.
Yeah, of course.
And that's like just other than Brad Bird, there's like no directors that are.
Free him from director jail.
Free him. Free him.
Fuck it. We'll go with the Coens. We'll go No Country for Old Men.
Fuck! Why would you do that? That's crazy.
See,
And
I wanted that
then
too, but like
Josh
the Coens
Brolin
to
or
me, his
Javier
name is
Bardem?
David Fincher. For that, I do Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Josh-
Javier Bardem, I think, was nominated for supporting
Yeah,
actor.
he
for that.
won
even
for
better.
supporting actor. Yeah, Lisa Lagaib.
Susan
Okay.
Hayward.
Wow, that's harsh, Cameron. You've taken 2 big ones, people.
I'm sorry. Oh shoot, I get another, don't I?
Yeah,
The back-to-backs are devious.
Yeah, the
The
back to
back-to-backs are
so
devious.
clutch. I don't know why I
Um,
didn't rig this and put myself at a 1 or a 4.
Fuck.
This
I don't
draft
think I
became
can
so
take-
fun.
I don't
It was
think
so
I
much
can
more fun
take
than
one
we
from
were gonna do.
Seth because Colin Farrell is off the board, but I would have gone with
Colin Farrell's
Banshees.
awesome.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. Yeah.
I'm surprised. Yeah, that's true. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
you-
but that's
Mark
because
McDonough,
I
does he
don't.
have any movies without Colin Farrell leading?
3 billboards.
Those are
3 billboards.
3 midboards.
Stop.
3 shitboards, actually.
I said Ebbing, Missouri.
He doesn't have any other movies that like are gonna get.
See, yeah. That's
Damn, I was thinking of taking In Bruges to get a McDonough from Seth, but yeah, I guess the New World already took
the
that
new.
away.
I think the new one was like quite strategic, you know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of Malik as well. Because I know Tyler
Mhm.
might take Tree of
Yeah,
Life.
I absolutely was getting Tree of
Yeah.
Life.
All right, have you already done him? No, we haven't. I'm gonna take Quentin Tarantino off the board.
Yep, I figured.
With
Did one
Django
put it on.
Unchained.
Yep.
Which one you said, Django?
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx.
yep.
Yeah, Jamie.
So
Foxx.
no, the soloist. Is that the one that he's in?
What the hell is
Or
that?
Ray. He won an Oscar, bro.
He won an Oscar
Foxx
for
is an
Ray.
Oscar winner. I feel like a lot of people forget that.
Did win an Oscar. Who
Yeah,
did?
but his best role is for Motherfucker Jones and Horrible Bosses.
Facts. All right. I don't think this is gonna fuck anyone over.
Then
Actually,
please take
no.
it.
No. All right, bro. I'm gonna pivot actually. So this might fuck people over. I'm gonna take a Ridley Scott and I'm gonna take
Yep,
Blade
fucks me
Runner.
over.
I was going to go with The Martian earlier just to get.
Wait, what
that
did you take?
off.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. So
Oh.
Harrison Ford off the board.
Harrison Ford off the board.
Interesting.
That's why
Yeah.
when Cam picked
I wanted
Alien,
Alien,
back,
damn it.
I was like, oh fuck, and then I realized.
Yeah, I was gonna try and take Alien, but I knew I probably wouldn't get it.
Tyler with a
Tyler.
Yeah, let's see.
We're doing 10 rounds, by the way, for everyone listening. I don't know if
We should do like 100 rounds and see where we get to.
Just
Imagine
until we can
direct
name
people pull
directors.
out them. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Until we stop being able to name directors.
Oh, so fun.
Okay, I got to study what's gone here. So
I think there's still some big names on the board.
Just low
for sure, but I'm just trying to think strategically of where I need to go next. I will go with. Yeah, I don't think this is really going to mess anyone up, but I'll go with Good Will Hunting, which takes Gus Van Sant off the board, but then also Matt Damon off the board.
Yeah.
But I don't think that really messes anyone up.
No.
What's Zant? S or Z?
S.
I think it's S. Yeah, S.
S.
Okay, cool. And then who do we say? Matt Damon, obviously.
Yep. Ah, nice. The 2 columns looking good.
You know, if it's the actor, they don't have to just be lead, right? We can't have them if they're like really far down. It has to be like just.
No, yeah, it's just
lead.
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 Oh, just lead. So I could take
you can still take a Jack Nicholson movie as like you could take A Few Good Men.
Oh, that's
sporting role.
boring. We should have done like full.
No.
There's a lot of overlap in movies. We'd be getting a little crazy.
Yeah, because Blade Runner wouldn't have been allowed to be taken then because Empire Strikes Back was taken.
Yeah, that's what we should have done. Okay.
We could have done maybe top 5 build or something like that, but we didn't set.
We'll leave them up for debate. I'd say Harrison Ford.
We didn't leave that distinction for a while.
We're too far in now.
Yeah, I agree.
They can't be like an Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, even though we only took Emma Stone off the board. But I don't think I don't know. What?
No, I'm with you.
Seth back to back.
This is interesting. I don't really know where to go from here. Okay. Okay. I don't think any of you guys would take one. I know Cam wouldn't.
Okay.
George, I know, has a 5 from this director, but I don't think he'd ever take it.
Okay.
And I don't think Tyler has a 5 from this director, but I just want to be sure, Just want to be sure. So I'll take Lost Highway for David Lynch, just in case.
I would.
Who's the actor?
Bill Pullman, who I think he was in The Equalizer, maybe somewhere else. So you're not going to take him, but it's mainly for Lynch. And then I will also take. Let me just have a double check. Yeah, I don't want to risk this either. And again, this director. There's so many films. I think George specifically. There's a couple he could take in the later rounds. So I'm going to go Old Boy for Park Chan-wook just to get it out there in case. You have to.
I don't know if I would have picked a Park Chan-wook movie, but that would have been a nice.
I feel like if The Handmaiden, or Old Boy,
if I didn't get Old Boy, I don't think I would take any other Park Chan-wook.
Fair. Choi Min-sik is the actor.
Okay, I don't want to butcher any spell.
To be fair, someone could have taken I Saw the Devil, maybe. So that might come later.
How do you sort?
You spelled Colin Farrell wrong as well, Cameron. You spelled Farrell.
I asked earlier. I said, "How do you spell it?"
Colin is feral. What a feral man.
Found it. Okay.
All right, Tyler. 6th pick. Getting into fun territory now.
Just studying the actors that have been taken.
I think I have a pick. I'm ready for it.
Hello.
I'm gonna go with Boyhood. So that takes Richard Linklater and
No.
I was gonna do that fucking.
The actor isn't as bad.
The actor is fine. It's not.
Oh, is that not? Is it not Ethan Hawke? Or is? Oh no, it's not.
Just do Eller Coltrane. It doesn't matter right now. ELLAR Coltrane.
Damn it, dude. Damn it. I was gonna take Everybody Wants Some next, and I was gonna take it in last round.
Yeah, I could have done Before Sunrise. Also take Ethan Hawke, but Boyhood, I like it a little more.
Damn, that fucked me. Now I gotta think on my feet. All right, I'm gonna take. Oh shit. All right, I don't know if this dumps on anyone, but I'm gonna take a movie directed by 3 dudes: Rodney Rothman, Peter Ramsey, and Bob Persichetti. And it's called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, there it is. I was waiting for it.
So no Shamik Moore. Crazy.
Yeah, you can't pick Shamik Moore anymore, which means Spider-Verse.
Well, actually, hasn't the Cross Spiders got different directors, or is it not?
It's the same lead actor though.
Yeah,
Or-
but
Yeah, I was just
it's a
thinking,
different
like-
director. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
different
yeah.
director. Sorry about that, Cam.
No, it's fine.
Is it Tyler? I can't think.
No,
of it.
back to Cam.
Yeah, I'm back to
Oh, yeah.
back.
Cam
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to back.
What do I do? All right. Yeah. So I for one, I'm just terrified I'm not going to get Ryan Gosling. So I'm going to go with what is it? Me? I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
All right. So I'm terrified I'm not going to get Ryan Gosling. So I'm going to go with The Nice Guys.
Yeah.
I'll watch
Your
it.
nice guys tweet blew up.
I saw that.
Oh
tweet,
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Good
It
tweet.
kinda-
Good tweet. Good tweet.
You even had the and stuff. Like you really crafted that tweet.
And stuff I knew was
To perfect
I'm not gonna lie, I added that in and was like, that is going to get comments. I like
That's
that
like my
was
tweet yesterday of like the nepotism I like. I was like, I know everyone's gonna think Marco Qualley was a Coppola now because I added
Yeah.
him with 3 other Coppolas.
I love it. And then second movie. I didn't really think this far into it.
I
I've
feel like
kind of
we're
gone
past
away
this point.
from my favorites and have just been trying to get like actors and directors that I
Just
think
trying to
people are
fuck
gonna
everyone
take.
over.
I don't think this would get picked by any means. How many more picks do I have? 4.
Poor.
Have we gone? Yeah, we have already gone. Ethan Cohen, all of them are off the board. Screw it. I'm gonna take one of my favorites, Steven Soderbergh's Ocean's 11,
Hmm.
and then
So
get
George
that.
Clooney probably I would say.
That's yeah.
Clooney.
So no George Clooney movie.
Would have never picked the George Clooney movie.
Yeah, it's fine.
George
Big actor.
Clooney.
It's a big actor.
Clown?
Maybe this would be much different if we were doing like top 5 build. Maybe next week we do top 5 build and just see where we go.
Maybe we
Just like
do it
Matt
every
Damon's
week.
the second build in that, I think.
All right.
So now George.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my pick. I'm gonna go. So many. God, I'm so mad about James Cameron and Steven Spielberg. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take Mr. Sam Raimi off the board, and I'm also gonna take Mr. Tobey Maguire off the board and go with Spider-Man 2.
Seth is disappointed with that one.
It's a movie that.
Oh, that was.
I don't think like any of them would have been bought for, but maybe I'm wrong.
This is my next pick, Cam. My next pick.
Well, I take that back.
Sorry.
Got it.
Strategy, baby.
I could fuck
Strategy.
you over with that one. That's
Because
annoying.
I think my next 3 picks, like I'm chilling. I don't think any of you guys are taking these.
Was that your 7th? That was your 7th pick, yeah? Is this our 7th? Okay.
Yeah, that was 7. Tyler
Okay.
about to pick his 7th.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her. So Spike Jones and Joaquin Phoenix off the board.
No.
Yeah, Seth, I'm surprised you didn't take a Joaquin movie yet.
Well,
I don't actually know if I have any at a 5. Or-
Signs.
Really?
Yeah, but he's supporting in that one anyway.
Yeah, I'd probably say what's his
True.
face is the lead.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Mel Midson. Yeah, I don't think I would have taken any.
No loser?
Mel Loserson.
I'm just gonna be an asshole on my next pick.
Is it George? No,
It's you again.
Oh, it's you.
You get
It's
to
you.
Oh,
right.
me. Wow, crazy. I'll go. I think it would be bad if I didn't have like my favorite acts on here. So I'll go First Reformed. So Ethan Hawke getting off the
Mhm.
board. And then obviously Paul Schrader, who I don't think it would have been picked anyway, but I'll just get him off. And then I'll also go for I had it now. What was it? It is my 8th pick now, so I've got 2 more after this year.
Yep.
This is 8.
Wow, that's crazy maths from me. I'll go. Oh yeah. I'll go Memories of Murder because you've got Song Kang Ho and Bong Joon Ho. So
Damn, you can't do
Bong Joon-ho is a good pick.
I was
Yeah.
surprised he wasn't already gone. For some reason, I thought someone already picked Parasite.
same, I was, and then I looked and I was like, oh no, I'll speak to him. Cool.
Tyler, back to your 8th pick.
Yeah. Let's see. I have like a lot still on my list. I'm trying to think like which 3 do I want to make sure I try and grab for my final 3. So for sure that. Okay. I think I'll go. Yeah, I'll go about time. So I'll take off Richard Curtis and then
Domhnall Gleeson.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you could have saved that for your 10th round.
I don't think I have anything else I'm planning on picking that would be really stolen. And I have like 5 other options I'm fine with picking. So if they are stolen, I'm fine
Yeah,
with that.
same.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't know how to spell.
All right, I think I'm gonna take. I don't think this ruins anyone's draft, but I'm gonna take Michael Bay off the board and take Transformers.
No, really?
Well, does that really fuck you?
Yeah, I was gonna pick ambulance next.
Dude, there's an N in there.
You're not a true
I'm not.
cinephile then, because I think that graphic that I saw Seth quote tweeted was like that had James Gunn in it. It said like cinephiles hate Michael Bay, they hate M. Night Shyamalan, and hate
So
who's a third?
who's Sam Witwicky? Why can't I think of his name?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. What else could you take for Shia LaBeouf? I don't.
Is it my turn?
Holes.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Holes.
I don't know if I want to be a dick or just like start picking my favorites.
Who would
Just
you
be
be
a dick.
stealing from?
Yeah,
I
what
think
Yeah,
I
who
can steal from George pretty easily.
Okay. 'Cause I think me and Seth are like kind of fine.
why
This
don't you
one,
like
but
not do
Yeah,
that?
I
You know?
don't think so for me.
I've already
Do it,
taken
Cam.
one from
Do
George.
Yeah, you already took
Do it again. Do it again.
Do it. I like
Do it.
I like Mr.
Content.
Robert Zemeckis and Back to the Future. I don't know if George was going to pick it, but
You're such a scumbag. I thought I could wait for that one for like the later round. You're such a
hey,
Tom
fine,
Hanks's
sorry.
Pinocchio is now off the board now that Robert Zemeckis has
No, Forrest Gump gone.
and then
Terrible.
see, I'm like done taking my favorites. They're just movies I really like, right? And just to get Wes Anderson off the board, we'll go with the
Mhm.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Nice. Yeah, Wes Anderson.
I'm shocked Wes
Glad to have
Anderson
him taken.
made it this far, but Ray Fiennes the lead.
yeah, Ray Fiennes
Yeah.
or Flash from Spider-Man. All right, now I'm on my 9th pick. Now we're getting interesting.
Do you know when you said Flash and Spider-Man, George? I was really confused for like 2 minutes. Like, he played Flash?
In the
Oh,
future, in
You
Tom
mean
Holland.
the bully? Yeah, I remember. No, I was talking about Ray Fiennes. So I was like, so confused by it.
All right, I'm gonna. At this point, I've logged it 13 times, so I just need it on my board. I'm gonna take the Batman. So that takes Matt Reeves and Pattinson off the board.
Good pull.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
And then that goes back to Tyler.
All right. I guess. Cam, how many picks do you have left? One?
Honestly, I have no idea. Two.
No, 2.
Yeah,
No, 1.
two.
No, I think he has one.
Yeah, 1.
So-
1.
Technically, he can't steal anymore from me because I have my next 2 before Cam has 1. So I was worried he was going to take one from me, but now I don't have to worry about that. So I will go with.
Mhm.
Damn, there's like a few that I would love to pick, but I'm going to go. Yeah, I really wanted to take a certain director off the board in case anyone else had him. I don't think they would though, but I'm going to stay true and go 12 Angry Men. Sidney
Sure.
Lumet off the board, and then is it Henry Fonda?
Yeah.
But
Henry Fonda.
Hitchcock's a director that's still there. I was going to take him, but
Yeah, I don't have any
I can-
5.
Martin Balsam.
no, I would say isn't Henry
I'd
Fonda?
say Henry Fonda, yeah.
He's the 12th
Henry
Angry
Fonda's
Man.
like the 8th. He's like
No, that's just because the way they
juror
stack it.
listed. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
reading on Letterboxd.
Yeah, it's definitely Henry Fonda.
All right.
Is it me or is it, I can't remember.
It's
You're
you
right.
for
Do have
2.
it listed as
Final
2, yeah,
picks.
final 2. I feel like I now I just like gotta take actual, what I would have to have in there. Probably get Bergman in there. I'll go Through a Glass Darkly for my Bergman. The actress is Harriet Anderson. Not that anyone would take her.
Ingmar Bergman, Ingmar,
Okay, thank you.
Uncultured
Bergman.
swine.
Dude, I can't spell any names. And then, yeah, I'm just going to need.
Just
What'd
put
you take?
Harriet Anderson. It's pretty like there's 2 S's, but who cares?
Harriet or Harry?
Harriet.
Okay.
I think that's right. And then I will also go. I'll get a Kurosawa in there. I'll go Ran. I feel like it'd be a shame not to have him on the board.
Good pun.
And then the actor's name is
I got it pulled up. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Tatsuya Nakadai. I'm assuming.
What the hell?
Tatsuya,
What am I doing?
Tatsuya Nakadai.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa!
Whoa! We're going crazy.
That was cool. I don't
Misclicking.
know how you expanded it to be the full screen. I don't know if you did
It
that
was
by
11
accident.
or
That worked
something.
well.
Yeah, I
Wow,
definitely
there's a
did
big
by
director. We've really missed off the board here. Actually, it's really surprising.
Who?
Who are you talking about? No one can steal picks anymore.
It's
so-
actually a huge director off here. You know that.
I mean, Hitchcock, I'd say, is a huge director too.
No. Bigger in terms of our ratings, Tyler. Bigger in terms of our ratings. I think all of us have this man at least 1 or 2 5 stars. I'm pretty sure all of us have 2 stars.
Are
for this
you
man.
taking?
Milos
No, I'm
Forman.
No,
That would be a good one too. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
that would be a good one. But we couldn't get one flew over anyway because
I don't know. Are you going like
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Peele?
no,
James Cameron's already.
it don't matter. Just
I'm an
yell-
idiot.
yeah.
I didn't even take my favorite Quentin Tarantino. I forgot about one. Okay, that's all.
What'd you
Once
forget
upon a
about?
time in Hollywood.
Inglourious Bastards is my favorite by far.
Hmm.
And I don't.
Is
know
Brad
why.
Pitt still on the board? Yeah, I guess he is. Tree of Life would have taken him off.
yeah.
That might have been Sean Penn. But so it's my turn for my last pick.
Yeah.
Doesn't Seth have one more, or is he done?
No, I've
he's
done.
Yeah,
He did it, Bergman and Kurosawa.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. So the director is Phillida Lloyd, Phyllida Lloyd.
Yeah, tell me the movie.
Mamma Mia,
Ah, hell yeah.
which
Love it.
historians of this draft mark this down, write this down. I have a women on my board, so
Yeah.
no one else does.
Oh shit! I have women on mine.
So,
No, I don't. That's a
Well,
lot.
Sophie Holsinger, I know you'll hopefully you
Is
appreciate
Harriet Anderson?
because I remember she commented. I think last
Is
time we did
Harriet
this,
a
we
woman?
commented.
It was last
He's
time.
like, wow,
video.
none.
Yeah,
no
did you
women
say it's
filmmakers.
Harriet a woman?
I mean, hey, dude, anyone can be named anything.
She is a woman. Well, I don't have any female directors though. That was a bit
Your
shit on me.
culture. Your
I
culture.
should have put Celine in there. That's terrible. Awful. It is what it is.
All right.
Who is it? George?
Georgie?
My last pick. Let's see. What do I want on
Georgie?
my board?
George, there is a huge director. By the way.
So we still haven't named it.
What-
Who
what
is
am
it?
It's crazy, actually. Wait, can I just double check? No, we haven't. Right, can I say, I just do like a little clue. I think all 4 of us have at least 2 films from this director are 5-star, which I don't think is the case for any other director. Maybe it is, but yeah.
I think you're missing something.
I
There's no
I'm
way.
gotta be missing.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, stay still. Wait,
I
what do you mean
think we're
stay
gonna
still? Shut the fuck up.
all right, just
Stay-
pick one, George, and then
No, I'm not missing. No, I'm not missing.
I don't know who you're talking about, so I'm going to go with who I was going to pick next, and I'm going to take a Greta Gerwig movie, Lady Bird.
Oh, okay. It's now you're picking a Greta Gerwig because I picked Phillida. Okay.
It was either that or Almost Famous, so I'm good.
Little Women's like my third most rewatched movie. So if this draft would have went longer, Little Women would have been on my board.
Okay. Whoops. What did I just do? I just put Lady Bird as the.
Saoirse Ronan, Saoirse. Yeah, that works. That's
Yes.
perfect, Cam.
I mean, like that's close. Like
Is
that's
that
not-
Ronana? Yeah. Okay. So is it George? So we have George and Cam. No, it's just
No,
Cam.
George
for
is
us.
done.
Yeah,
It's
just
just
Cam, just
me
Cam.
left. Stay true.
Cam
to
will probably
myself.
pick After Sun to be Celine's
Yeah.
song, or not Celine's
Okay.
song. That's Past Lives.
So one person is definitely the main character of this movie, but there's a different character that's higher build. I'm gonna
So
try
everybody's
it.
gonna veto.
I'm gonna try it. Y'all can say no. The Big Short. Steve Carell is the top build according to Letterboxd. Christian Bale.
I can't remember the film.
Christian Bale was nominated in supporting.
Nominated
So
in
that-
supporting. Bang.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
I think it works. To me, The Big Short doesn't really have like a true clear cut lead, so I'm fine with that.
Can I tell you who the director was now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you?
It was Francis Ford Coppola, Apocalypse Now, Godfather.
It's crazy. It is wild.
Like that is actually, I'm
forgot
sure
about that
all of
for a
us
bit.
have
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now, and at least the first Godfather at
I
5-star. No,
forgot
Yep.
about that, dude.
Yeah.
that's actually obscene. Do you know what I
He's
mean?
fake.
Like thinking about
He's
it.
not a real director.
Because
Shout
I
out-
was
shout out
thinking like
Twig.
lead actors, but then I was like, no, we've not even had either lead actor either. So
He's not
Wow.
a real director. All right. Well, that was fun. 40 different movies. Cam, The Dark Knight, Nightcrawler, Empire Strikes Back, No Country for Old Men, Django Unchained, The Nice Guys, Ocean's 11, Back to the Future, Grand Budapest Hotel, and The Big Short. I took La La Land, Arrival, Mad Max Fury Road, The Social Network, Blade Runner, Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2, Transformers, The Batman, and Lady Bird. Tyler took There Will Be Blood, Heat, Jurassic Park, Titanic, Good Will Hunting, Boyhood, Her, About Time, 12 Angry Men, Mamma Mia. and Seth took Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Silence, The Shining, The New World, Lost Highway, Old Boy, First Reformed, Memories of Murder, Through a Glass Darkly, and Ran. I think outside of The Dark Knight and Back to the Future, I think I got pretty close to my top 10 overall.
Yeah, I think I only missed some. It was like maybe Spider-Man 2. That was about it.
Yeah, The Social Network would have been in there for me, and then La La Land. I think there's only 2 that would have been for sure my top 10.
I still can't believe Cam took The Dark Knight with the first pick.
Yeah, insane.
Can you muted?
Yeah, I've realized that now. I didn't even try to get my top 10. I was just being an ass. But also, I think The Dark Knight was a good pick because it's like my third highest, is my third favorite.
And
I knew I could easily get Empire. I honestly thought I could easily get Into the Spider-Verse. Didn't really think anyone would take it. I think it was a good pick. It was a value pick.
It was a good pick. I respect it.
It was not getting back.
It would have been my first pick.
It set the tone well for this ranking draft.
So I respect it.
Definitely gave more options than I expected. Crazy to think there are a lot of directors in the world.
Well, no, but it's not even that. But like the actor thing really took out a ton too. But like we could have gone for many rounds.
Yeah, I think next time we just run this back, and next time we do 5 actors.
Did we have Pacino on the board?
Yeah, so The Godfather Part 2 couldn't have been taken.
Yeah.
No, never mind, because we chose De Niro for Heat.
No, because we chose De Niro for Heat. We should run this back next week. Same rules, but we can't pick anything we've picked this week. No directors, no actors.
That's insane.
So just going for more rounds of this draft.
Keep going for more rounds.
Keep going.
Every week we do it. Every single week for the rest of ReelTok.
I think people would like that, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll see what the reactions are to this. I think this is
week
fun.
68, so we're just like struggling hard. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, week 68. By the time week 68 comes, we would really get to the type of stuff they're talking about.
Like, the wrong Missy would come up eventually.
We really start to be the guys people hate on TikTok.
Kind of love it.
All right, we can move on. Honestly, I'm surprised we're only at the 2-hour mark. I figured that would take us to like 2.5. But we can run through some news. Or we can do this fun little guessing game that I made up. It's up to you guys. We can run through the news.
Fun little guess. Always better.
Let's run through the news. And then we can do the guessing game. I don't think the news is going to talk about that long. Cam, an all-time tweet for Nova. Hilarious. Equally as funny because I think a lot of people are actually thinking Ryan Gosling is going to be in this movie, which I think all of those rumors that he's signed for a mysterious character in the MCU is fake. Haven't seen one credible source talk about it.
I have. You not seen that photo?
Who?
Oh, you not seen that Black Panther photo?
No.
That's a credible source. Have you not seen that meme?
That's a good joke. Good joke, Seth. Good joke.
Thank you.
Funny. Live action Teen Titan movie is in the works. Not much to talk about. A lot of people are up in arms saying, why are we doing this? Because everyone tunes into the Teen Titans. They're like historically one of the most popular superhero comics and TV shows that we've ever had. Tyler, I want to know how you feel about this. We're getting the sequel to the Black Mirror episode USS Callister. I don't like this.
I mean, at this point, Black Mirror to me is a show that I love to death, even though half or more I don't like the episodes. But it's one of those shows that I am so happy to see any episode from, just because like I love the creativity of them throwing stuff at the wall. Again, like half of these episodes I really don't even like. Like some of them I think are just awful, but I'm always excited for a new season to see what they have. And USS Callister is like my favorite one. It's basically a movie because it's like an hour and a half long. Yeah, and I'm excited to see it just because like I love Jesse Plemons. I imagine he's gonna be back, and then Christy Milioti. I don't know. I loved USS Callister, and it's like to me, I think a USS Callister sequel. Yeah, I mean, I loved it for what it was. I don't think it needs a sequel, but it's probably gonna end up being better than like half of their episodes that end up just being like a 1-star for me. So it's fine.
I think this is like I think we said this when we reviewed it. I think as Black Mirror's gone on, I think they lack the creativity and they're running out of ideas. And I think this highlights that, to be honest. I'm with Tyler. I think USS Callister was like probably one of my favorite episodes, definitely within the top 10, maybe even top 5. Can't remember exactly, but I really like that episode. Really, really good. Yeah, I think it might even be top 5 for me actually. But I just don't know what else they're going to be able to do. I think it's been obvious the last 2 seasons. They have been running out of ideas. While some episodes have been decent, I think the majority have been pretty bad, if not, okay and average. Not really much excitement for it anymore. Obviously, like I said to you guys at the start, they didn't really reveal much on Netflix the other day. They just said some of the old cast members returning. They didn't say much about who and what and plot lines, whatever. But I don't know, it's kind of a weird decision to make. It's just odd. I don't get it. Even though the episode was really good.
Yeah, but Black Mirror's highs are crazy high. Like I think
That's what. Yeah,
like,
that's
I think
like
like Be Right Back and White Christmas and even USS Callister are like some of the best episodes of television we've ever had. Like not even like best Black Mirror episodes. They're the best we've ever seen. But I agree with you, Seth. I think this just kind of maybe shows that they're lacking creativity, but also like maybe they just have a really good sequel idea. So who knows? Maybe we'll be surprised.
hopefully.
The Bear, we found out that season 4 is confirmed and they'll be filming 3 and 4 back to back. I don't know if this is confirmed, but I read a couple of reports that season 4 will be the last season of The Bear. So very curious to see where they took the story. I think season 2 ends just so many different directions. We could take so many different characters, and it's been my favorite show on television for the last 2 years. Yorgos Lanthimos' new film drops in 3 months. Which
what the fuck? I saw this on Twitter, and I was like,
crazy,
and I was like, wait, what? Yorgos Lanthimos like 3 months? We just got Poor Things.
He's literally fucking insane. It stars Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, Willem Dafoe, Margaret Qualley, Hong Chow, Joe Alwyn, Mahmoud Athi, and Hunter Schafer. So insane cast. It's kind of crazy that we're 3 months out and we only just got this news that it's dropping in June. And like, I know nothing about this film. I don't know if anything has been reported.
Is this the anthology? No, it is.
Yeah, it is. It is the anthology.
It is an anthology. Okay.
3 separate parts to this movie, but the same cast and different roles. It's based in America. I do know that Poor Things was finished production in 2021, and they just sat on it for a couple of years. And then this was in production in like 2022, I believe. So, they're coming out like back to back, but the production was probably a pretty standard size of production. It was just a matter of they've been sat on for a little longer. But Emma Stone's being confirmed to be in even more Yorgos Lanthimos projects going forward too. So clearly she's his muse, and they're going to be. I don't know. I'd be surprised if she really even does anything in a leading capacity for like any other director for the foreseeable future, unless she's just like a supporting role.
She's still young though.
Dude, it's crazy. 35, 2 Oscars. She can do whatever she wants.
She seems younger as well.
She's going to be any script that requires a lead actress. She's going to be the number 1 choice. She'll have first say on whether she wants it or not. It's insane.
Yeah, she's a big name.
And then I think the big trailer of last week, the only really big trailer we got was The Crow. I'm seeing a lot of mixed reactions. I'm seeing a lot of people say this looks absolutely atrocious. Seeing a lot of people say they're really looking forward to seeing Bill Skarsgård in this role. I've never seen the original Crow, so I don't like. I have nothing to base it off of. So just because of that, I think this looks fine. I think it looks like
he looks weird.
Yeah, he looks weird, but like
compared to the original Crow, I think he looks more like Jared Leto's Joker, which I saw other people say as well. It is quite odd. I don't know. The original Crow, I think you quite like it, actually. I think it's good, but it does look a bit weird. I'm not sure on this. I think he looks odd.
Yeah. I don't know. He looks like Jared Leto.
Odd. I mean, he didn't look. He didn't look like
the nipple eye, the tattoo.
Yeah,
hilarious, hysterical. I didn't notice that until I saw someone post a TikTok about it. But that's really it for the news. So we could wrap up this episode with a fun little guessing game that I made. Is Cam? Are you here?
Might say that as a no.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it as a no too. Tyler looks like he dipped for a quick second. All right, so let's pause while we wait for them to return.
We just pause.
Fair. We just pause. I've made all of my favorites lists on Letterboxd private.
George, are you? If we are paused, are you coming to the UK this year?
We want to. We were talking about Victoria and I coming either in November or December for like a nice long weekend or something.
Okay,
because we want to come back and see everyone.
Yeah.
You gonna come to New York, dude?
No. Why the fuck would I do that? To be fair, though, I do want to come to the US. I just need to sort that out. It's just, I don't know, it's just time wise, isn't it? But
yeah.
Can I stay with you?
Yeah, you could absolutely stay with me.
Have you got a bed?
We have an air mattress.
Really?
Yeah. We got an air mattress.
That actually intrigues me a little bit more now, to be honest.
Air mattress. I mean, we also have a couch that's pretty comfortable. So
I could save loads of money. Do I have to pay you rent?
No.
No. You could make money off me, George.
I'm not here to exploit my co-hosts. All right, I'm assuming we won't wait for Cam, so we'll jump into this guessing game. So here's what we do. So continuing our episode of like our favorite films. So I've made a list on Letterboxd, which you guys cannot see because I made it private. This list has my 5 favorite science fiction films, my 5 favorite horror films, my 5 favorite coming of age films, my 5 favorite comic book superhero films, and my 5 favorite comedies. I'll give you guys 3 strikes each. I'll give you a hint. There's no overlap. So even though you won't see like a superhero movie in the science fiction genre, there's no overlap. You won't see one of my comedy movies also in my coming of age movies. So yeah, 3 strikes each. Get to guessing. We'll start with Tyler. I think the first few should be easy.
We can guess any genre, any of the categories.
You can guess any of the categories at any moment.
Okay, so Tyler, go.
Okay. So comic book movies was one of the categories, right? Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna write this down so we can kind of track them as we go. So comic book movies, we'll just go with The Dark Knight.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I need to open the door for Victoria.
Go for it. So, Seth, do you remember all the categories you had? Sci-fi was another one.
Yeah, comedy, sci-fi, horror. I'm assuming he said romance and then sci. What else did he say? Did he say thriller? Maybe.
No, I didn't say romance. Science fiction, horror, coming of age, comic book, comedy.
Coming of age is kind of tough, actually.
So, looking at my screen is coming of age, or do I have them all now? All the categories?
Yeah, now you got them.
Okay. I'll go horror, and I'll say The Shining, which is I think your 1 or 2. So
It's my number 1. So correct.
Okay. Cool.
I will go. I mean, there's ones I'm confident on, but I feel like I want to go for ones I'm even more confident on. So comic movies, I go Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep, correct.
I'll go sci-fi. I'll go Arrival.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Such a film bro ass list right now.
Sci-fi. I mean, Blade Runner's got to be on there.
Blade Runner is on there.
Okay, thank God.
I'll go.
I didn't try to trick you guys up. This is true to my top 5 per these categories.
I'll go back to horror. I'm gonna say The Thing because I think that's like 3.
That is correct. Thing is on that list.
Yeah, I thought so.
Coming of age, Lady Bird.
Yeah, coming of age, Lady Bird. Okay.
I'll say sci-fi. I'll say 2001. I think.
No.
What?
Not on my list of
What?
favorites.
That was your number 1 greatest film of all time for the longest time.
What?
So, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's not on my top 5 favorites. Shit changes.
So let's track X's here.
That's crazy.
So Seth has 1 X. I have no X's.
Also,
Comedy, man.
Also, I like. I don't know. I know people hate when you separate like favorites and bests, but like for 2001, I do for some reason.
I mean, I can kind of understand it for that one, but the comic book movies, the Batman's got to be on there.
Yeah, Batman is on, obviously.
Comedy, that's kind of in my mind for the comedy.
Yeah, I'll go. Okay, I'll say comedy. I'll risk it. Super bad.
Yeah,
That's the only one that's in my head. Damn it.
Yeah, that's the only one I could. Comedy's I'm gonna struggle on. I think.
Comedy. Yeah, maybe comedy might be a little tougher. I think coming of age might be a bit tougher as you get to the end.
Do you have Good Will Hunting in your coming of age?
I don't have Good Will Hunting in my coming
first
of
X
age.
for me.
Sorry.
First X for me. Back to Seth.
I'm almost positive you're gonna have Dune 2 in your sci-fi.
I do have Dune 2 in my sci-fi.
Wow.
I do have it there.
Do you have Joker in comic book movies?
I don't have Joker in
What
comic
the
book
hell,
movies.
dude?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just was thinking about the graphic you picked up, posted the other day of like, pick one of my favorites from this row.
Yeah,
and Joker's in it.
I think this might have to be 5 strikes, because I think we want to get as close as possible. I think we'll
Alright,
get
so
strikes.
we'll do 5 strikes.
Okay. Shit. I'll go. This is actually kind of because horror there's a few like circling, but I don't know if you have them in 5.
I'm not gonna give you a hint, but just don't overthink some of these.
Okay, fine.
Like,
I'll go
really don't.
comic book movies, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorted. Cool.
Like
nice.
I'm not trying to like throw you guys off. This is truly true.
I mean, 2001 not being there threw me off.
I don't know.
Exactly, Tyler. I lost the strike for that crazy.
Back to Tyler.
Yep. Sorry, just trying to get this format all good. I'm gonna go with. I mean, this is just on the tip of my tongue, so I might as well throw it, even though I don't think it might be on there. But Get Out for horror.
No, not Get Out
Fuck
for
me.
horror. That's a good guess, though.
Because you took a horror risk, I'm going to take the horror risk that I was thinking of. Also, modern. I'm going to say Hereditary.
Hereditary is on my list. Yes.
Wow, damn.
Correct.
That was the one I was scared of. I didn't know if it would be
Just think about the movies I talk about the most.
I know, but my mind. Anytime you
Just
put me
like
on spot, my
thousands
mind
of
is
films,
blank.
George.
Yeah. This is 79th podcast episode where all we do is talk about films.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm up next. Really interesting that comic book movie that could fit in here. But I mean,
Yeah, that's tough.
I
Is
mean,
it tough, though, actually?
Is it tough?
Because there's an
Yeah,
obvious
'cause
one.
you took Spider-Man 2. So I'm going to say Spider-Man 2. You
That's
put it in
what
your
I-
top 10 favorites.
No.
Well, there's a reason Spider-Man 2 is in my top 10 favorites and not another film.
I
But
I
it's
know what
not-
it is.
Not Spider-Man
Right.
2.
Is it Across the Spider-Verse?
It is Across the Spider-Verse.
Crazy.
So I couldn't take that film because I had already
Yeah.
taken Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is better than Across the Spider-Verse.
You
I
tell him,
don't
Tyler.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Tyler, isn't it? Sorry.
All right, so you've rounded out my 5
Mhm.
comic book movies.
Yep. Well, I'm about to get 5 X's, but sci-fi,
All right, Scott Pilgrim. That's actually-
comedy, I'm just blanking on. I don't
Comedy
even.
would be the most
I feel like
difficult.
Comedy's hard.
I feel like
honestly.
George just doesn't watch that many comedies. Like, he
Does,
never talks
does.
about them.
You're right.
I
You're
don't
right.
need to talk
That's why I think I could have thrown romance in
I
here.
think I've
but,
got
like,
a comedy.
I think that would have been too easy for you guys.
Mhm.
No, I don't. I think I struggle with that as well. I think I've got a comedy. I think maybe. Unless Tyler gets.
And there's like coming of age is so hard too, because like I have films in my mind that I think would be on here, but like, is it a coming of age? Some
Yeah,
people
coming of
could
age
think
is
it
a tough one.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my 5th X here, so I'll try and pull something out of my ass. But like horror movies, I have a couple in my mind that could be sci-fi. So don't overthink things. If I'm not gonna overthink things, then Dune should also be in here.
No, dude.
What?
Dude, yeah, I think that's overthinking it.
Okay. Can I
You've
watch
watched
guess?
it 8
I get it wrong.
times.
Can I guess?
Well, yeah, it'll be an X. We'll keep
Okay.
going until we get it done.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Blade Runner 2049, I think will be in there.
No, it's not in there.
I was gonna guess that too.
Shit. Okay. Fair enough. Whatever.
I mean,
I
none
think-
of
I
it. So
think-
we'll
I
just
think
keep going. We'll
The
just keep
remaining 2 sci-fis, I think you should easily get.
I know. Seth, we'll just keep going to see who has the most X's at the end, 'cause we'll get these eventually. But first, so like, I mean,
You didn't
talking
even have
through
an
it, like,
X. Me.
I'm not afraid of throwing this out there because I don't think it will be. I'm not guessing this, but like, none of these categories would fit like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
No,
So I can't guess
no.
that. Coming of age, like,
I'll give you a hint on coming of age. We reviewed one of these on a real quick episode.
Yeah, I know what it is. 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 I know.
I mean, is it The Perks of Being a Wallflower?
No,
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Dude, there's one coming of age I'm gonna guess.
Uh,
that I said
Tyler, add an X next to my name. I got it distracted now because I said Blade Runner 2049.
Oh yeah, sorry. But you're up now.
I actually don't know what your coming of age is then. If it's not, is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
Well, what did you guess?
I guessed Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh yeah, I thought I guessed that. Wow, I'm so lost. No, I thought that. Okay, got you. I'm gonna go comedy. I'm gonna say American Pie.
Yeah.
Damn. Yep. Good point.
Yeah.
I remember
Hell
seeing that.
yeah.
Your favorite first. I remember feeling this first.
I think that might be my like most logged comedy, like
I do like
traditional
American Pie.
comedy.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Good pull. Good pull. Let's get shit going. Here we go. Now you guys are on a heater right now.
One in a row.
One in a row.
We're on a heater. Dude, focus on that sci-fi. I think they're so you're gonna freak out when you.
On the sci-fi.
Focus on the side.
Oh.
Alien.
No.
No. Oh, wait. Although
Although
Alien for horror?
Not horror either.
No, I mean, Alien would have counted in any category. I feel like if I threw that out.
Well,
So I'm not going to give you an X for that. I'm not going to give you X for that. So you're
then
still
I go-
Seth. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go. Actually, sci-fi is really bugging me. Oh,
Mhm.
Interstellar! What the fuck?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. I don't know how we didn't get that. That's crazy. Okay.
So like
Hmm.
for the last sci-fi, are we overthinking things?
I think you're very much overthinking.
Is it
things.
something by a
Really?
director who's already been taken on this board?
No.
Oh, then I
No.
would not have gotten it right because I was going to guess Inception, but we're not going to do that.
No.
Oh yeah, true.
Comedy. I don't know. I feel like you probably have Step Brothers or The Hangover on there, but I'm just going to guess The Hangover.
The
I was
good
saying
guess.
that next.
Correct. The
I was
Hangover is
saying
there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Step Brothers is not there, so don't guess
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go.
I think the remaining two
That
comedies.
sci-fi is
are-
tripping me out hard. I'm gonna go coming of age. Moonlight.
No.
Mm.
Oh, sad.
Good
sad.
guess. Very good guess, but no.
See, I'm going to guess this because it's been on top of my tongue, and I don't know if you'd consider coming of age, but Whiplash?
Ooh, it's not on the list, but now that
I wouldn't consider that coming of age. I don't
Yeah,
think.
that's why I didn't. That's why this is tough, but it was
Yeah.
on top of my tongue for so long. I'm like, I'm just going to guess it. All right, back to Seth.
I feel like we're not really doing much with.
I wonder if
coming of
people
age.
listening are like screaming out something like if they know
Yeah,
George's
absolutely.
name, how are they not?
I'm
guessing
I'm
this
telling you,
movie?
this last sci-fi movie, I can't believe it wasn't your first pick.
Coming of age is really like messing because we've only got one.
I'll give you a hint for coming of
No.
age. There's a-
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, all right. No. All right, fine.
maybe Spirited Away.
No.
Oh shit.
All right. I'm sorry it took me so long. Back to the Future.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Thank
yeah,
you.
Of course.
Had to have been your first guess.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
No, not first. Arrivals first. Of course.
Yeah, fair.
All right. Comic book
Uh,
movies, sci-fi movies, checked off.
Done.
We got 3 for comedy, 3 for horror, 1 for
I
coming
should
of
get
age.
horror, surely. Horror.
I don't think the last two horror, they're not like
Have I
they're-
seen them?
yes,
Is that
of course. Well, I'll get I'll give you a hint, Seth. One of these horror movies, you actually didn't like it first, and then you
Yeah,
rewatched
that gives
it.
it away, man.
That's
That gives
such
it
an
away.
that's not a small
That's so
clue.
obvious.
Follow
I was
me.
gonna guess that next too.
Follow
Yeah.
that was such a
I'm
crazy.
sorry, I thought that was a good guess.
You basically described the film. That's so funny.
Give me a hint like that for the next one. Come on now.
All right. I'll give you a hint. One of the coming of age movies has some sort of connection to Lady Bird.
I know what it is.
Some
Not
sort of
like
connection.
about the actual movie. Like they're not like it's not like a loose Lady Bird sequel or
Mhm.
anything. There is there's one similarity between the two movies.
Mhm. Yep, and I'm just not gonna think of it, so I'll let Seth get that one. But I'm gonna guess for horror.
I can't. The last
Dude,
horror.
That coming of age hint did not help me out, but man,
Can I search if something is a coming of age film?
no opening letterbox.
It wasn't Letterboxd. I was just considering Google.
Man, dude, coming of age is ripping us a new one.
Coming
I
of
feel
age
like
is
it's not
tough.
that hard.
Coming of age is tough.
You think it's hard? You think the ones you have in there are tough? Okay.
I don't think they're tough. I just think it's such a wide genre that and I love coming of age. I talk about it all the time. So like anything could be on this list.
I might have to tap out. My brain is coming to nothing, so I'm just gonna give myself another X and give it up to Seth.
Yes, random.
Yeah. Okay, I'll guess a random one. For comedy, I will guess The Nice Guys.
No, good guess though.
Is
Good
the coming of age connection with Lady Bird? Is it related to one of the actresses and the director? Maybe.
It is related to the director.
Is it Little Women?
No,
Is Little Women not a coming of age?
I mean you're on the right track with.
What else would it be?
Um,
Oh God! Yeah, that's
Francis
so
Ha.
obvious.
Francis Ha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, my mind immediately, I was like, "There's no way."
I really,
Barbie's on this
I
list,
thought
dude.
that would be an
I was
obvious
like,
coming of age one.
Barbie? Is that a
Probably
coming
the
of age?
coming of age movie I talk about the most.
Yeah, no,
outside
it
of
is.
another
You're right. Yeah,
forget.
I should have got that. I should have.
All
I
right,
do
so we
like
have
that.
2 comedies left, 1 horror, and 3 coming of age, and it's Seth's turn.
This
And
this
Seth has
horror
5
is-
X's, and I have 9 X's.
Wow, you busy guy. I can't horror. That horror is killing me. Okay, let me do a comedy. Comedy. What comedy do you like? I feel like we don't speak about comedy much.
I know. I feel like
George loves Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That is not my guess, by the way.
Trash movie.
How dare you? What comedy do you like?
What this another hint.
We have like small clues, like tiny clues, maybe like the decade they released. If
Yeah.
that, you know,
All right, one of these comedies is from the 90s, and one of these comedies is from the 2010s.
that didn't help me at all.
I kind of want to tell you one of these comedies because
No, don't tell me.
you
Just
guys
give me
don't have it logged.
Do I have it watched?
No, you don't have it. None of you guys have it watched or logged. But it
What
is
year did it
from
come out? What year did it come out?
2016. From one of my favorite filmmakers.
Okay, don't say anymore. One of your favorite filmmakers, 2016. One of your favorite filmmakers, 2016.
that we haven't seen.
One of your
Haven't.
favorite that we haven't seen.
You haven't seen. You love this filmmaker.
George,
Let me-
Justice League is not a comedy. by the way.
No.
I think I know what it is, but it's Seth's turn. Well, I
I
don't
love
think I know what it is. But
I love this filmmaker. Oh, I love this filmmaker. Me.
I mean, you have one of his trilogies rated very highly.
That gives it away. I know what it is.
Wait, is it Baby Driver or something?
No.
No, it's Everybody Wants Some.
Yes, it is. Everybody wants some.
Oh, that's 2016. Wow, that was earlier.
Yeah. Mr.
Oh.
Richard Linklater, one of Glenn Powell's earliest roles.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we have a
I understand.
1990s comedy left. We have an unknown horror left, and we have 3 coming of age films. One of them we have reviewed on real quick.
Yes.
Okay.
The one we reviewed on real quick could also have played in a musical category.
Oh, I know what it is. But Tyler's Go.
It's-
I know
no,
what it
it's
is.
your turn. I just did Everybody
Oh,
Wants Some.
Sing Street. 'Cause I wasn't even there for the episode, but it's Sing
Correct.
Street.
It's
Yeah,
Sing Street.
yeah. I stopped
Correct.
seeing it.
All right, we're getting somewhere. We're on a heater.
Okay, now
sorry.
back to me. It was, we got 1 comedy, 1 horror, and 2 coming of age, and we have a 1990s clue for comedy. Yeah, man. Comedy in the 90s. American Pie was the 90s, I think, but that was
Yeah, it was
entertaining.
99, wasn't it? Or 98.
The comedy from the 90s. Well, it's the only. Is it? Oh yeah, just the last comedy. I'll call it a buddy comedy.
A what
Oh, I know what
comedy?
it is. I know what it is. 100%. I know what it is. $1,000,000%. I know what it is. Trillion. I'd bet my life on this. I know what it is. I'd
Alright,
bet my
let's do
life
it.
on it.
See if Tyler can get it first.
I would bet my life on this, Tyler.
A buddy comedy?
I bet my
Buddy
life.
comedy.
I can't believe I didn't get this before. I know you like love this film as well.
Do
I
love
know.
this film. I'll give another hint. Owen Love is
No,
That
Alright,
doesn't
that
help me.
gives-
I don't know. Bad
Yeah.
Boys.
No.
No,
You're on the right track with
it's
this.
certain film starring Chris Tucker and
Yes, sir.
Jackie Chan. It's Rush Hour.
Sir, it is
Mhm.
Rush Hour.
I should have got that. I knew you loved that film.
All right. One more horror, 2 more coming of age. I think the horror is a little more difficult.
Have I seen the horror, or has Tyler seen the horror?
You have definitely seen the horror. Where's Tyler? Has Tyler seen? No, Tyler does not have it logged.
Can we get a year of release for Tyler, just in case he has it, in his brain?
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not seeing this. I'm seeing this
Oh,
problem.
yeah, it's my turn now because you got Rush Hour.
Yeah, Tyler does not have it logged. This movie came out in 2021.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, I think that gives it away like crazy.
Not for me, so that's unfortunate.
I should've got it.
2021?
Yeah.
2021.
And the person who's directed it last name rhymes with one.
Yeah, so I think I know what it is now. But I'll still give myself an X because well, no, actually, I don't think I know what it is. But is it Malignant?
It's Malignant, yeah.
Still give myself an X though.
Victoria
Alright,
just
2 coming
texted me
of
on the
age.
side saying malignant.
Malignant.
All
Okay.
right, we got 2 more coming of age.
So Seth already
Same.
won for sure. So since he already has an X game,
Coming of age. Give us some clues. Like, give me a year release.
One of them was released in 1988, and another one was released in the year 2000.
1988, easy. Cinema Paradiso.
Correct.
Yeah, I know my years. Don't play with me.
Correct. I was going to give a hint that one of them is in Italian, but I thought that would be way too obvious.
Yeah, 1988.
What's the other year you said? 2000?
2000.
2000. Mulholland Drive.
No.
In a weird way. 2000.
Coming of age in 2000.
Coming of age in 2000.
Is it one you talk about a lot?
I have spoken about it for sure on this podcast.
Has the director already been listed on this podcast? Who made it?
No, they have not.
Okay, I didn't know when Dazed and Confused was. That's not coming of it. Okay.
Would have been a good guess.
Have we seen it? Have we seen it?
Yeah, have we both seen it?
Have you both seen? I don't think so. I don't think either of you. Cam has seen it, gives it a 4-star.
Anyone in the comments know what this is? Coming of age from 2000. Cam gives it a 4-star.
We haven't. Me or Tyler both haven't seen it.
Neither of you guys have it logged.
Wow. It's not. Is it animated?
It's not animated. No.
Is it American or a Western world?
It's yes.
Is it a lead? Is the lead actor or actress someone we would know, or is it or a Hollywood big name, or no?
Yeah, yes.
Is the director someone we either of us really like or anything?
I wouldn't say really like, but you've definitely seen his other films.
Is the
escaping me
lead actor Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
Good guess. Yes. Donnie Darko would be a really good guess actually.
That would have been a good guess right now.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. The film takes place in the 70s. I don't know if that helps.
That doesn't help me. I don't think. Oh, 2000. No. Okay. No. Wait. You're gonna have to give us another clue. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe say the director.
Cameron Crowe.
Oh yeah. What the fuck is that movie called? The fuck is that? Almost Famous. God, finally.
Oh god. What have I seen from
that movie is literally in my 4 favorites right now.
What have I seen from?
He did Jerry Maguire. He did We Bought a Zoo. Vanilla Sky.
Okay. Bit of proof then.
Seth dominated that. Good job, Seth. Great work. Okay. You won by half, or you had 6, and I had.
George told me what he was doing 11. Before I studied his letterbox. That's why I won.
Yeah. Well, It Follows happened before the real hints were coming, and that was a crazy hint. But still, Seth wouldn't have narrowed the gap.
I thought that was a fine hint. I didn't realize.
No,
there are so many movies we watch that we don't like.
Yeah, but for some reason, It Follows the first thing that ever come to my mind of a movie George loves that Seth didn't, but then he did. Whatever, it's fine. But good work, Seth. Crushed me in that one. Cam, coward, didn't show up for the fight. Went to the weigh-in, but didn't show up for the fight. Coward. Mark it here first.
All right. Well, that was our episode. Some fun movie reviews, some fun favorites discussions. But that'll wrap up there. Once again, shout out Stefan Johnson, our patron. If you guys want to check out our Patreon, we got some nice perks. We'll be talking about Terrence Malick's The Thin Red Line this week. We are doing a draft later this week of movies that have a number in their title, so that should be pretty fun. Something we've never done before, but we will see you guys on Thursday for our draft. Otherwise, have a good week.
Peace.